This week, in Howland Township, Ohio, a popular local businessman is brutally murdered in his own home, leading detectives to his estranged wife, whom he still lives with, several of her boyfriends, and a treasure trove of letters. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy, wild, insane, just nutty edition of Small Town Murder, as always. And, of course, bloody. You can add to that, too. Definitely crazy stuff today, as usual. We will get to all that and more. Before we do, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows, everybody. Also, merchandise, everything there you could possibly want. But tickets for live shows, I believe that Royal Oak is sold out by now.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Royal Oak, they're sold out. Wow. So next tickets available after the summer in September. September 18th, Milwaukee. September 19th, Minneapolis. Yep. Then October 3rd in Dallas. October 16th, San Jose. October 17th, Sacramento. November 13th, Terrytown, November 14th, Boston. So that is the schedule. Get your tickets right now for those. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Make sure to listen to our other two shows, Crime in Sports, which you do not have to like sports to like. Trust us. You have to like us making fun of a guy who committed criminal acts when they absolutely didn't have to. That's fun. We can do that, but you don't have to like sports and your stupid opinions, because who doesn't like to laugh at other people's reviews? That's the funniest thing in the world. So can't wait for that. Then get yourself Patreon. My goodness. Get that Patreon. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all of the bonus material.
Yes.
Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get every damn thing we put out, including as soon as you subscribe, hundreds of back bonus episodes, almost 400 of them as soon as you subscribe. Then you get new ones every other week, one Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get them all. This week, what you're going to get, this is a fun one. For Crime in Sports, we're going to talk about the Power Team. Yeah. Do you remember those guys that were like on the Christian channel, and they would rip phone books and like bend things and be like, I love Jesus after they did it? You don't remember those guys? They had like all this crazy power stunts that they would do. The jacked, steroided up lunatics.
Jesus did it.
But that's what they go, oh, thank you, Jesus, after they would like lift a giant thing. It's the and then afterwards, of course, it all fell apart, and there's some scandal involved because obviously. And
it was a grift. It was a lie.
Well, I mean, at the time, who knows? But it turned into something weird. And then for Small Town Murder, it's internet salad time, everybody.
Here we go.
Everything that's going on in the world today that doesn't have anything to do with politics, because we feel like you probably get enough of that everywhere else in your life. Yeah. So we'll make fun of everything else. So patreon.com/crimeinsports is how you do that. Yeah. And like I said, with that, you also get everything we put out, Crime in Sports, Small Town Murder, Your Stupid Opinions, ad-free with your Patreon as well. All ad-free. Can't beat that. And you get a shout out at the end of the show. Jimmy will mispronounce your name. Probably. While wanting so desperately to get it correct. So do that and come hang out with us. Patreon.com/crimeinsports. That said, disclaimer time. Yeah. Hey, everybody. It's a comedy show.
Surprise, yeah.
It's a comedy show. We're comedians. We are going to make jokes, and people are going to die because it's called Small Town Murder. So it'd be really weird if nothing else, if everybody was fine at the end of it. So that's how you do it. And you go, well, how does that work? How do you make jokes when people are dead? Well, very easily, I think, honestly. You don't be a jackass, and it's pretty easy. What we do is we don't make fun of the victims or the victim's family.
Why is that, James?
Because we're assholes, but we're not scumbags. That's all it is. There's plenty of other stuff to make fun of around it. Think about it. Somebody putting together a big murder plot and going, I think I can pull this off. That's pretty funny. We're going to make fun of that, Yeah. So that said, yes, it's crazy stuff. And we got to get into this here. So that said, I think it's time, everybody. What do you say here? I think it's time to clear the lungs. Yeah. Arms to the sky, everybody. And let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. We are going to Howland Township, Ohio, this week.
Howland
Township, Howland. Howland. How did this land happen?
Yeah.
Howland Township, Ohio. It's in northern Ohio. About an hour and 15 to Cleveland. About an hour and 25 to Pittsburgh.
Fair, yeah.
I feel like we've passed this driving from Pittsburgh to Cleveland for sure.
Yeah.
One of those places you go through. It's about an hour 50 to Bel Air, Ohio, our last Ohio episode 658, The Dark Prince of Belmont County. Remember that? We did that for a virtual live show too, and that was crazy stuff here. That guy was... Wow.
Too much.
That was a lot. That was a whole lot of craziness there. So there's that. This is in Trumbull County. Trumbull County. Area code, not how you expected that one, huh?
No.
Exactly. So I spelled it because I'm like, it's a weird spelling. Area code 234 and 330 as well here. Now, a little bit of history. This is the only Howland Township in the state, which in Ohio, there are towns that share the same name.
What?
They didn't go through... You figure early days of the post office, they would have went through and went, okay, this is before zip codes. I think they would have said,
two Clevelands?
We can't, not two Clevelands, but there's two of this and two of that. You'd think somebody would have said, let's purge all of the names that are doubles, and whoever had it first gets to keep it. So it's wild. The town is named for the Howland family, who are the original settlers of the township. They were pilgrims that were aboard the Mayflower. So
wow.
They are very original, just got here,
Yeah. The first ones?
First ones. Now, Joseph Howland purchased the township from the Connecticut Land Company in 1795, and then the township was organized in 1812. There was a sawmill by 1814, a grist mill by 1815.
We're gristing and sawing.
Now we got wood and grist. Now we're ready to go here. This is now we got a town. It began in 1830. Howland Springs began operation as a health spa.
Oh.
And operated as a health spa until the township, until it burned down in 1882.
The spa burned down?
I believe, the spring spa thing burned down. Which you'd think, I don't know how you burn down a spring. That would be impossible.
How you burn down a spa? There's water and shit.
And you could burn down the shit around it, but put another structure and it's still a springs. I don't get it. So anyway, reviews of this town. Let's find out what other people think of this town, because maybe we've passed through it, but if we did, we don't remember.
It's possible.
So what are you going to do? It has 3.8 stars on Niche. So questionable for a Chinese restaurant. Put it that way.
Not good. Yeah.
Not good. Here is 4 stars. Howland Township is a clean, safe, family-friendly community that offers a wide range of restaurants and community functions.
Sure.
So they got that. That seems like a 5-star. I don't know why you only gave it 4.
Wide range, yeah.
Not quite wide enough, apparently. 4 stars again. Howland Township is a quiet township with great schools and low crime. Yeah.
Good.
It's an amazing place to raise kids and grow a family. Just picture you watering them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at little Johnny.
Trim him.
He's getting up to my knee now. Yeah, we gotta prune him. He's getting a little too long.
They grow faster when you do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They grow wider that way.
Yeah,
they get more robust.
Start to bulk up. Sure.
Yeah, so there's that. It's mostly older people and young parents with school-age children, which is a very odd mixture. Just like 25-year-olds with little kids and 75-year-olds that are retired there. What an odd thing. Real estate's a little on the high side, but so very worth it. Real estate is not on the high side, by the way, as we'll find out. Here is 2 stars. There's very few career growth opportunities, and the city is, quote, very dangerous. The city, which it's not, is very dangerous. We'll talk about how dangerous it is when we get to crime rate. It's insanely low. Like, this person is out of their minds. I don't know. This is the type of person that hears something happened one time and then they think, dangerous, can't walk the streets. Here's 1 star. This is fun. Issues with off-road four-wheelers and ATVs, dirt bikes, backyard, 1 acre of the yard. 1 acre of yard. The yard is literally a dirt track. Houses here are very close. Noise is a big issue, very old, excessively, not even spelled close to what excessively is, excessively loud. There's no punctuation here, by the way. None.
Yeah.
This is one paragraph. This goes on constantly in this township, plus many other zoning issues that are never addressed as this same residence. Others throughout our township also cause issues with off-road. By the way, they've spelled road twice in the same way wrong both times. R-O-E-D. Road.
R-O-E-D?
R-O-E-D. Twice.
That's not even a word.
Nope, that is not a mistake, and the E isn't close enough to the A to make a mistype either.
That's how they think road is spelled.
That's how you think. Yep. You should see how excessively is spelled. Okay.
Yikes.
Cause issues with off-road vehicles and other parts of the township and zoning issues that have been violated, but nothing done about them. They was already done before zoning was informed. Now the rest of the neighbors. That is some way to Niebhers. Neighbors.
N-I-E.
Neighbors have to deal with such a big nuisance. Not even close, and you don't even have to ask. 4 neighbors. This person's complaining about one particular neighbor that has a dirt track on their acre that their kids ride dirt bikes on, and they're very upset about it.
They do not like it.
Not like it at all. People in this town, 18,993. That's kind of like the whole little area
size,
here.
Yeah.
It's a good-sized town. 51% women, 49% men. So a few more ladies in that town. Median age here is about 5 years over the national average. It's 43.9. So the retirement people are weighing the younger people the other direction. About 49% married, so very close to the average. A lot of everything here is kind of average. This seems like your average Midwestern American small town. It's got all the single with children, married, all these things are right on the average deal. Race in this town, not quite average, 91.3% white, 2.5% black, 1.5% Asian, 1% Hispanic, 1.5% Native American, which is high. You see that in like New Mexico or Utah, places like that, but wasn't aware there was a lot of Native Americans in Ohio at this point in time.
Well,
but I guess there is.
I don't know. I can't even imagine why.
No. Religion in this town, it's 48% religious, 50% is the national average, and it's really a mixed bag. Everything's kind of 10% this, 11% that. Catholic is the number one, but it's like 14% to 13% or something. It's not a big deal. As we know, Catholics are the Baptists of the Midwest.
Ohio River Valley.
The Ohio River Valley. Cost of living here, 100 being regular, average. Here it's 90. So not bad. Median household income, little above the national average, $73,361. So about $5,000 over the national average.
Very average.
Median home cost, $181,500.
It's not so bad.
There's a 1 in front of me, in front of this, and this person said real estate's outrageous.
Outrageous.
So if we've convinced you, you know what? You'd like to live in a Midwestern small boring town. We have for you the Howland Township, Ohio Real Estate Report. Okay, your average 2-bedroom rental here is $790, which is
very affordable.
$500 less than the national average. Extremely affordable. That's like 19 or 2003 prices. That's not bad. Here is house number 1, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,344 square feet. It's a brick square. It just looks like a big brick block.
Well, they got 4 bedrooms out of that. It's impressive.
You got to squeeze. I had a 1,400 square foot house with 4 bedrooms, and
did you?
They're pretty small. Yeah, they're
those
carved out pretty small.
8 by 8, right?
Yeah, they're not like one of them was a good. 2 of them were a good size, and 2 of them were pretty small. 2 of them you could have combined and made a third, basically. So yeah, this is brick. It doesn't look that great. It looks a little tad bit run down. Not terrific. Built in 1925, so it's old, close to a lot of other houses. $99,900 though.
Not bad.
It's livable. The inside isn't torn to pieces. It's a livable house with 4 bedrooms for $100,000.
2001 prices. That's not bad.
No. Here is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,052 square feet. It's done a little bit more recently on the inside than the other one, but you got the gray laminate floors, and it's, they redid, and the gray cabinets. They redid everything very neutral to make it sell. Little 2-story house built in 1918. So an old house again, $129,900 for that.
Yeah.
Again, pretty cheap. They just had a $5,000 reduction on that one, too.
And it's on sale.
And it's on sale. Next up, 4-bedroom, 5-bath, T-bowl for each and every beehole right here.
That's a lot.
5,086 square feet.
They like the number 5.
It's beautiful. It's a big, the nice bricks, and inside is very well done. It's gorgeous. Built in 2000.
Oh, and new, too.
Yeah, half an acre, 0.53 acres. Leafy around it. Looks like it's in a nice neighborhood. Very nice. $529,900 for that.
And there's a 5 in the number. Look at that.
Instead of $1 million in the number for 5,000 square feet. And
Ohio, putting the mid in Midwest.
Putting the mid-priced in Midwest. This had a $20,000 price cut recently, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Things to do here. Let's find out what we have to do here. Okay. Number 1, the Trumbull County Fair. Which is right next door in Warren, 10 minutes away, not even. So looking up this fair, and man, it's a lot of
Midwest shit. Yeah.
A lot of livestock shit.
Yeah, farming shit.
I see a carcass steer weigh-in, a
what?
Carcass hog weigh-in. Does that mean
the fuck is that?
Carcass is a dead animal, right?
Yeah, that's usually a body.
Why are we weighing bodies? I don't know, but I don't know if there's a autopsy practice course after that or what. But
I thought the idea of the fair was show us your prize-winning animal that breathes.
Yeah, it's at least alive.
Yeah.
If we put food in front of it, it should react. That's how it gets a ribbon. Then there's the equine station judging. Okay, so there's all of that. Carcass goat weigh-in, carcass lamb weigh-in. I don't know why they're weighing their carcasses.
You are to slaughter your best one and bring it down?
I guess I'll eat the lamb. I mean,
oh my God,
and the hog and the steer, I suppose, but not the horse. So there's judging of horses. There's 4-H Royal Court, the 4-H Fashion Review. Fashion Review, apparently. The Junior Fair Equine English Show. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is.
What's going on here?
We have the Jaybird, who's a band playing, and Jim Hine is also playing that night.
Jim Hine.
There's also a patriotic costume contest.
Oh, boy.
There's that. The Thunder Creek Band will be there.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. The Thunder Creek Band. Then there'll be tractor pulls.
Here we go.
Oh, boy. Steven Saramuga Acoustic will be there.
Oh, shit.
Playing all the tunes you know and love. Everybody loves them.
I was real into it a minute ago. It was all motorsport.
There's also a cow milking contest that takes place in the milking parlor, which sounds disgusting. They have a bunch of those in Reno, and it's nasty. You don't want to go to the milking parlors. Diane and Terry
say Happy or Super up there somewhere.
Something. Diane and Terry McCabe will be playing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they do, but old Diane and Terry will get together. There is a stick horse costume class. I don't know. A junior fair cheese auction.
Oh, boy.
These all sound like Mad Libs. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Demolition Derby. There we go. That's fun. Release large animals is one of the scheduled things. Just into the crowd.
We're just going to open the stage.
People running. No. Yeah. Trampling going on everywhere. Old ladies underfoot. Then there's release equine and small animals, which that's horses.
Yeah.
Releasing horses. That's crazy. So, yeah, there's all of that.
We're just going to cut them loose.
Cut them loose. Let them go, boys.
All right.
Get them out of here. Then there is also the Community Park Sunday Summer Music Concert Series. This takes place
we're talking.
In Howland Township. We got, let's see, this is starting in May here. May 31st, the Richie Wilkins Trio will be there.
Oh.
3 guys named Richie Wilkins. Awesome. June 7th.
Richie Wilkins.
Old Richie Wilkins. You know Richie Wilkins.
It's not our guy Richie Wilson.
No. Not the guy who edits this show, Richie Wilson. No, we're talking about Richie Wilkins.
Richie Wilkins.
Which could be one of Richie's alter egos. We don't know. We don't know what he does when he's not editing the show. We know he owns a restaurant and he's pretty busy as a family, but still, you never know.
Better not be this shit.
No. June 7th, Strums and Drums will be there.
Yeah.
June 21st, Justified.
Okay, I thought this was a concert series, meaning
it is.
There are concerts of
these are technically concerts. No. Ludacris won't be here, unfortunately, for the people.
No national acts?
No. Well, maybe. Let me go through more. July 5th, Erie Height Brass Ensemble. Is that one of your favorites? I know you got a poster of them up in your garage, and
I think they were touring this year.
I thought they were off. Now, this sounds fun. July 19th, the Drunken Iguanas will be there.
Nice.
Great. August 9th, Speed Limit. August 14th, the Howland High School Band will be there. Jimmy, this is all top-notch entertainment.
So annoying.
August 30th, Mystery Guests.
Oh.
I don't know if that's the name of the band or we really don't know who's performing.
Or if they just haven't booked them yet.
Not sure. TBA. Now, crime rate in this town. Remember,
That's it?
That's it. That's the whole summer series. That's all you get. They're not even every week. There's a
the
couple
mystery
weeks off.
is the headliner.
That's it. They're closing out the summer, babe. That's how it's
usually the guy that sells the tickets, for Christ's sake.
Labor Day, the weekend after. That's it. It's all over. Now, crime rate, like I said, very dangerous. Remember? Terrifying, according to some reviewer here. Property crime, about 1/3 of the national average. 2/3 low.
Under, yeah.
Terrifying. Then violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and of course assault, the Mount Rushmore of crime, is about 1/4 of the national average.
This is like the safest town we've ever heard of.
Extremely safe. I looked up their stats. Last year they had 0 murders here. They're doing pretty well as far as safety goes. And this person, dangerous, won't even leave the house. Okay. That said, let's talk about some murder, shall we?
Here we go.
Let's get into this here. All right. Let's start out in 2001 and talk about some people here. Let's talk about a guy with a very fun name, Robert Fingerhut.
Really? Like the magazine?
Yep, Fingerhut. That's it. Just like the magazine.
Catalog.
Like the
Did
catalog.
you ever have Fingerhut in your house?
I've seen it. Not in my house, no, but I've seen it. My parents aren't big catalog orderers.
My mom treated Fingerhut like I treat Facebook Marketplace. I just browse.
Just browse, yeah.
It showed up to our house all the time. We never bought a single fucking thing from them.
I saw it. You'd see it at like a dentist's office or something. I never knew what the fuck it was. What do they have? What is that?
It was just a catalog
like
of shit
Sky
for
Mall?
Sale.
Like kind of like a land
Sky Mall for the ground.
land magazine mall. Problem is we have stores on the ground. So it's like, but they have like housewares and shit, or like clothes, or
they had all kinds of stuff in there. They had fucking electronics,
Sharper Image, kind of. Almost.
It was kind of like the quality of
Brookstone.
Say again.
Like Brookstone or Sharper Image or like weird shit.
What? No.
Like a air purifier that makes no noise. Okay. So I get what you're saying.
It's like a department store, but it's just a catalog.
It's Amazon with a catalog.
Yeah, but I don't know a soul that ever bought anything from them.
No.
I don't know when it may still be. This guy may have been a part of it.
Maybe. He wasn't, I think we know.
No?
But, no,
I don't know what Fingerhut meant.
He's part of the Florida Fingerhuts. It's a different branch of the Fingerhut
group. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about the Newport Beach Fingerhuts. They're a different group. Now, Robert Fingerhut was born in 1945. 45. Grows up as 2 graduate degrees, by the way.
Wow.
Has a master's in journalism.
Yeah.
And a master's in criminal justice studies.
Oh.
So he'd be a great crime reporter. I mean, that would be, Christ, he could break down the court shit for you. He'd be a perfect crime reporter. By the way, he does not do that at all.
He does none of these things.
He owns Greyhound bus stations and like coffee shops and shit. Nothing to do with journalism or criminal justice.
But he found a place that has the most criminals.
Yeah. Imagine going to school for that long to get master's degrees and not using them at all.
Just using your Fingerhut money to buy Greyhounds.
Not even like in the not
even in the ballpark.
Not even like an adjacent industry. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So he's got a son named Michael that we'll talk about too, who he has younger here.
Yeah.
2 Greyhound bus terminals later on, one in Warren, Ohio, one in Youngstown, Ohio, and we'll figure that out later. That's when they moved to Ohio, because right now he's in Florida.
Okay.
He is known as kind of a gatherer of lost puppies. He's kind of that kind of guy. Yeah. Treated people very well. Like, he only hired ex-cons to drive his buses. Which says that that's nice, but then you're also putting a group of people in a metal box with a felon for God knows how many hours. And
control of a $200,000 vehicle
That's true. That too.
That shit may go to Mexico and never come back or somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Or just taken apart in, Cleveland
taken
somewhere.
To Detroit somewhere.
You never know. But this is who he hires. He would also give destitute prisoners a free Greyhound ticket so they could go visit family too. When people get out of prison, they know they could go to Robert Fingerhut for a free bus ticket to see family.
God, it sounds like an alias. That's so crazy.
Yeah, Robert Fingerhut. It sounds like a name like Austin Powers would make up. Like, I'm Robert Fingerhut. Yes.
This is my wife, Oprah.
Oprah Fingerhut. It's really what it sounds like. So his father, Michael said about his father that he really just liked helping people.
Yeah.
Wouldn't judge anybody before they fucked him over, basically.
That's nice.
He said he was probably the least prejudiced person on earth. He just gave everybody, whether you could just get out of prison or you could, come from, the governor's office, he's going to treat you the same way and give you the same amount of respect type of thing. So let's find out how he got to Ohio, all right? Well, he had been married earlier and divorced, and that's where the son Michael came from. But in 1980, he met a new woman, Robert Fingerhut. It's time for the Fingerhut to
get fingering,
keep on walking, just moving along with his little fingers here. So he meets a new woman, Donna Marie Roberts. She's born May 22nd, 1944, about a year older than him.
Sure.
So they're both in their mid-30s at this point. It's a prime time for a second marriage for everybody.
Certainly, yeah.
She's also divorced a couple of times, as we'll talk about. She was from Youngstown, Ohio, originally. So in this area, she graduated Austintown Fitch High School in Ohio.
Jesus.
She's a self-described businesswoman. Put it that way. She's recently divorced when they met. They met in 1980, and she had gotten divorced earlier in 1980.
Right.
And she meets Robert. Now, a little bit of her history. In 1966, she was 22 years old, and she married her first husband, William Raymond, and they moved down to Miami together, Florida, not Ohio.
Yeah.
I guess you got to say that in Ohio.
Yeah.
You might think we're talking about there. So they had a son in 1969, apparently also named Michael. So both Robert and Donna both have sons named Michael. We're around the same age from what I get here. That marriage didn't last very long, and they divorced in 1971.
Okay.
So she's, in her 20s, newly divorced, whatever.
Sure.
In 1972, she doesn't waste a lot of time. Grass does not grow under her fucking diaphragm. We'll put it that way. She dives right back in here. Tried to think of a 1971 form of birth control, and I'm like, diaphragm. They loved the diaphragm back then. That was a hot shit form. So she in 1972 marries another guy here. She gets remarried, but to a different guy, to Burton Gelfand.
Yikes.
Burton Gelfand. Now, this marriage will last until 1980 when she meets Mr. Fingerhut there.
Sure.
So somewhere from 72 to 80, she converted to Judaism. I don't know when that.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Burton Gelfand is probably Jewish.
Possibly, yeah.
Especially she met him in Miami. It all lines up. Burton Gelfand. So I think that's possibly it. So she converted to Judaism. She works as a plastic surgeon's assistant in North Miami Beach for a long time.
What are they? Yeah.
From the 70s to the 90s.
Help me jam this suction rod up this lady's thigh.
You got to hand me this.
You got to hand tools, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole. They usually have multiple assistants during a surgery.
But she's not medically learned.
No, she has no master's degrees.
Okay.
In anything, but she worked as a plastic surgeon's assistant. Like I said, not sure exactly what that entails. That might be sterilizing. I don't know what she does.
She could be just doing paperwork.
No clue, exactly. Which sounds like a decent job anyway.
Sure, yeah.
Easy and
gotta pay as well.
Very Miami also.
Oh, boy.
So 1980, she meets Robert Fingerhut.
Yeah.
And it's the Donna Fingerhut connection here. They get together. They get married within a year of meeting. Mm-hmm. She's quick, man. She marries you. She meets you. It's over. They bought a house in the Miami Gardens area in 1983. Mm-hmm. doing that. So marriage seems to be going well.
Yeah.
So well that in 1985, they decide to get divorced.
Oh.
Okay. But, and I say that very specifically, so well that they decide to get divorced. They don't break up. This has nothing to do with their marriage whatsoever.
I mean,
yeah,
no?
This is crazy.
I mean, because, divorced kind of is everything about your marriage.
Yeah, but they, as far as if they didn't have that paperwork, you never know anything. Nothing changes. They don't move out from each other's house. They don't.
Oh.
Everything's exactly the same, but on paper, they're divorced. Okay. That's the way they do it. Now, this is some sort of weird financial move. I don't know if Robert had like lawsuit issues possibly or something of that nature, because that seems to be the reason why they did this, because the divorce was a financial maneuver strictly.
Oh.
Yeah, they get divorced, and then he wanted to move assets around in case he got sued or something like that. So basically, he ends up putting all of his business assets and shit in her name.
Okay.
Everything, houses, everything they're going to have is going to be in her name from now on.
And they're divorced, so you can't touch it.
You sue him, you can't get to her, basically. Or you can't get to him, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how this goes. But they still live together. They're still a happy couple. They do everything together. They present themselves in public as a married couple. He calls her my wife. She calls him my husband. Wow. I mean, it's just a paperwork thing, which is really weird. Slept in the same bed, all of that. Yeah, it's weird. And one person said most people who dealt with Roberts and Fingerhut assumed that they were married. Her last name is Roberts and his name is Robert.
His first name is Robert.
That's so confusing. Okay.
Yeah.
So they end up selling the Florida place.
Okay.
And went to Richmond, Virginia in about 1992.
Interesting, yeah.
They spend about a year in Virginia. Then in 1993, they move up to Youngstown, Ohio, Donna's hometown. They decide to go from Miami to Youngstown, Ohio.
Jesus.
Which is a real specific move. You have to hate that heat to go to do that.
And yourself.
And yourself. Well, that's a lateral move as far as pain goes.
Youngstown is brutal.
It's brutal, but I could not live in Miami. I would last 3 days there before I would strangle somebody because I was so fucking hot. I can't take that fucking heat.
Youngstown is just fucking hideous.
97 with 98% humidity, and you're in Florida? Fuck that.
I guess.
Fuck
There's
that.
nothing great about rural Ohio, though.
No,
rural Ohio
nothing at all.
Is fucking bleak.
We've driven through it. All there is that grandpa's cheese place that we stopped at. That's about it. Boy, the bathroom in there is a sight to behold, let me tell you something.
My God, yeah.
Exactly what you would imagine a roadside cheese shop bathroom
shop
to smell like. Like everyone's been in the car a long time, then stopped and had too much cheese, essentially.
And sauce, there's meats too.
Oh, there's all sorts of weird shit there.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. So, 1994, they purchase a house in Howland Township on Fond du Lac Drive.
Okay.
Technically, Donna purchases the house because it's in her name, but it's their house. But like everything else,
gonna live there. Yeah.
all the assets are in her name.
Yeah.
Now, they have these businesses, by the way. They have Greyhound terminals in Warren and Youngstown in Donna's name. They have an Avis rental car franchise at the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport.
At the airport?
Yeah, and that sounds like a big one there, the Youngstown Warren Regional Airport. Lots of big flights going in there, boy.
Yeah.
That's also in Donna's name. Mm-hmm. And inside the Youngstown bus station, these are the most depressing locations ever. Oof. 2 Greyhound terminals, a car rental joint in a tiny rural fucking municipal airport.
Shithole, yeah.
And a restaurant inside a shitty town's bus station. That's what they run. The restaurant inside the bus station was called Just the Ticket. That's what they had here. Yeah. So all of this stuff is what they own, and this is all in Donna's name. Robert runs it all, though. Yeah. Donna does like the bookkeeping and stuff.
Yeah.
Paperwork, that kind of thing. In addition to that, he also has, even though they're not married, even his life insurance policies are in her name.
For sure. Yeah.
She's the beneficiary. He has 2 policies with a combined $550,000 of money, and sole beneficiary is Donna for both of these. Mm-hmm. That's in the late 90s that comes up. Now, he's at the Greyhound terminal all the time. Which
really?
He owns several businesses. I would think you'd have to probably spend some time there. Yeah. He was the one who was, worked all the long days there and shit like that. She'd do paperwork and payroll and things, but he did all of that. But they were very comfortable. They made good money.
Yeah.
Which is, there's no sadder place on earth than a Greyhound station.
Not really, no.
Nobody there would be traveling with that means if they could afford any other way to do it. It's misery.
Yeah, and we've learned from
misery.
Your Stupid Opinions now that it's not even affordable. It's not even like a discount ticket. It's as expensive or more than flying.
So many people say in the end, they're like, I don't know why I didn't just fly, because in the end it cost me the same amount of money, but this took 4 days and they left me on the side of the road for 7 hours at the middle of the night. And
I paid $800 to go from Youngstown to Denver. You did what?
In 10 days. That's horrible. Slept on several floors.
Yeah.
Shit in Greyhound station, bus stations for a week and a half. You could have just flown in 2.5 hours and been done.
It's unbelievable.
So Donna, in this relationship, Donna likes to spend money as well.
Oh.
Robert's a little more frugal, but Donna likes to spend. She likes to flaunt a little bit.
Okay.
She, in her own words, says she has 52 charge cards.
What?
52 credit cards. I don't even know how many. I didn't even know there was that many credit card companies. How the hell do you get that many credit cards?
I guess you can have more than one with each one, but
yeah, but still, like different shitty banks, different interest rates. It wouldn't make sense to have 52 of them.
Or even more so, like I have 2 cards, and both of them have a crazy limit that I'll never, ever, ever, ever spend.
Yeah, 2 cards.
How many? What's the limit? You know what I mean? At 5, at how many?
52.
52 cards.
52 cards.
What do you have, a limit of $600 on each card?
I have 2 credit cards. One that is we both use for airline shit. We
and
get
it's
miles
absurd what they keep doing with that.
It's so silly. But we keep that, and you need a credit card on the road and hotels and all that thing. And then I have like a backup credit card that I never use.
Right.
that's what I have basically.
I have
in
a
case
backup
there's some
card.
problem with the other one.
That's exactly
shit
what
out of
I use it when the fucking reader won't read my American Express.
Something like that, or even who the hell knows, some weird glitch and some shit. I don't know. I'm not getting turned away. Here's my other card.
Thank God I've got a bank one, and then I've got the American Express, and it's because banks fail, and they have done that to me.
Yeah, that happens, as we remember when they shut down your account.
Thank God I had that Delta Amex. I would have had actual money. Well, I didn't have any money, but
you could charge whatever you needed, though. That's the good part. So she would basically, she wanted like large sums of money to do things all the time. Yeah. Like there's a day that we're going to talk about here where Robert refused to give Donna $3,000.
Yeah.
And she got real mad at him. And somebody who was nearby said that she gave him, quote, the dirtiest look, like it can kill a person. That's what they said. She was so mad that
he wouldn't give her $3,000?
$3,000 just to go fuck around with here.
Yeah.
They said that she was so mad she was shaky and trembling. That's how mad she got. Like,
they've got to be doing really well, huh?
52 charge cards? I don't know how you wouldn't. How the hell would you get that many issued to you?
I mean, anybody can get a shitload of charge cards, right?
Can you? I don't know. When I was poor, I just didn't try to get charge cards because I was like, why would they give me one? I can't afford that.
They also have businesses, and you can make charge cards with no fucking
from the business too. You can have a ton of company cards, personal
nobody
cards.
signed on it. It's just the fucking company.
Yeah, totally. Now at this time too, late 90s, Robert's son Michael lives down in Florida. He's down there, so he's not around either. We'll get to him later.
All right.
So during this time, 2001-ish, Robert starts cracking down on her spending.
Yeah.
Starts doing this. Now, she later on in her own writing, which, oh boy, we will get to her writing. She is quite the prolific writer over here.
Yeah?
Oh, Stephen King's got nothing on her.
We got a Shakespeare?
For incriminating writings, yes.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if Stephen King wrote as much as he did, but detailing crimes he was going to commit. That would be equivalent. She said that Robert was now giving her $100 a week for everything.
That's her allowance.
That's exactly. And he took away her charge cards, she said, saying these are for emergencies only.
Uh-huh.
And so she's now, instead of 52 charge cards, she's got $100 a week that she can use for discretionary spending.
That's much less.
Much less. She said that she was humiliated. She said, I'm not used to living like this. I'm used to having plenty of cash for whatever I want and buying everything I want.
Yeah.
And they're in their 50s. He's probably thinking about retirement.
How am I going to do this forever? Yeah.
Yeah, retirement. We need to do whatever. I'm not sure. Now, at the same time, you might say, well, who's she telling all this to? I'm not used to living like this, blah, blah, blah. Well, one of the people she's telling is her boyfriend, who is 28 years younger than her. By the way, did I mention that part? Because that's important.
Nice.
28 years?
Yeah, and he's banging her because he thinks he's got a hot rich chick on his hands.
Oh,
then she tells him, "I get $100 a week." And he's like,
I get $100.
I make more than that.
not where he is in 2001 because he's in prison in 2001. So he's making like 4 cents a day probably in there.
She's got a boyfriend who's in prison?
A 28-year-old younger guy who's in prison. Now, when they got together, he wasn't in prison, but he ended up going to prison while they were together here. Wow. And that's not her only boyfriend, mind you.
What?
Just several other boyfriends. Yeah, she's quite a busy lady, this Donna.
My God.
Now, Nathaniel Jackson is her boyfriend, Nate Jackson. And he, like I said, 28 years younger than her. They had sex whenever they could. He's from Youngstown, by the way. That's where he's born and raised. And they have sex in, apartments he's staying in with friends. They stop at motels. Parking lots. They fuck at the bus terminal. How sleazy is that if you're fucking at a bus terminal? That's just disgusting. That's just
How old
gross.
is she now? In her 50s?
In her 50s. 2001. Yeah. Christ, she's going to be, in her mid-50s at this point. She's born in 45, 46. What did I say?
She's
45?
banging a man in his 20s?
Yeah. Yeah. This guy's.
Dang.
Yeah. 28 years
Good
younger.
For her.
I guess. Well, not really, as we'll find out. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. We say good for her, but if it was the other way around, we'd be like, come on, Grandpa, fucking. Yeah. So the same bullshit applies. Come on, Grandma, fucking get your fucking shit in reality. Yeah. Either way, we go, they're after you for money, stupid. Whoever it is that's 28 years younger than you. Nobody 28 years younger than you wants to fuck you. She's in a relationship. Put that to the world.
She's in a relationship and she lives with a man. So it's like, figure it out, lady. Get your fucking self-esteem in order.
Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. And that goes for everybody. Anybody, if you're in your 50s and someone in their 20s wants to fuck you and you're not famous, it's just because they think you're going to buy them shit. That's it. That's it. If you're in like a big band or something, you had a bunch of big hits in the 90s, you could probably get somebody younger than you that just thinks you're cool or whatever, but it's still for money. Either way.
I suppose.
Nobody wants your old balls. No. Nobody wants that. They just don't.
For guys, for sure. But I mean,
nobody
sleeping with an older woman in your 20s is, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Get the fuck out of here. Cool. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to. In your 20s, you can get tits that are great. Well, why would you do that? Same thing with the guys. You can get balls that are still close to the body. Why the fuck do you want ones hanging down to somebody's knees? It's bullshit. Nobody's fucking. You explained to me of the older lady you fucked, and why was it, Jimmy? Because she bought you shit.
Because it was fun.
No, you told me why. It was because she bought you shit. That's why you said you went out with her.
Well, she paid for dinner and shit. She wouldn't allow me to pay for dinner.
Yes, because you're younger than her son. That's why.
I was younger than the daughter that my friend was banging, yeah.
Exactly. Yes. She's a creepy, creepy old woman, and you're a disgusting
She wouldn't let me. That's so wild.
Yeah, that's why you're. She's like, no, there's a reason why you're with me, and it's because I pay for things, and then you bang me. That's how this works. You're fucking this all up, dude. Yeah. That's what she's saying. She's like, bro, you can't. You're messing it up.
Yeah, you're making the whole thing weird by trying to pay for shit.
You're trying to pay? Yeah. I'm trying to get like a sugar mama situation happening, and you're trying to make this a relationship. I don't like it. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So he had prior convictions also, this guy. He's got problems. He's got issues.
He's a criminal.
He's a bit of a criminal. Yeah. He is a bit of a problem here. By 2001, they got together around 99-ish, early 2000. Yeah. By 2001, he's incarcerated at Lorraine Correctional Institution in Grafton, Ohio, on I think it's a gun charge is what we've heard rumor of, but not positive. Okay. So he's scheduled to be released later on here. Won't be there for too long. But this affair, like we said, started well before prison. So Nate, 28 years younger, and they really seem to be getting close by the time he goes to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if that's because she's someone willing to hang with him while he's in jail.
Right.
So,
Or maybe he's dangerous and she likes that and it's hot.
Part of it, yeah. But it's very strange, though. But when they started out around late 99, she was 55 and he was 27.
Okay.
That's double. That's too much. Too much. So it's very interesting here. Now, Nate seems to really, in the correspondences we find out about from jail, he talks about building a world of our own and running away together and all this shit.
Oh.
Running away together? You better find somewhere with a good medical care because she's pushing 60, sweetheart. You got to fucking, what are you talking about, bro?
Run away within reach of your parole officer.
Your parole officer and a very good regional medical center. That's what you need between the two.
Perhaps a Mayo.
Yeah. You need to check in every month and her hips are getting a little fragile. So come on.
She's going to need mammograms and all that shit.
All sorts of shit.
Pretty frequently, yeah.
All kinds of stuff going on. She's going to have to have her fucking, She's
going to have her pap smeared and all that stuff.
She's going to have prolapses from all the areas happening pretty soon. You don't want that.
Her heels are going to hurt. There's going to be some problems.
It's very soon, by the way. Running isn't really what you're talking about.
Yeah, don't go running.
No,
do
go
it
running
at a
anywhere.
Ginger brisk walk.
We're going to go for a nice mall walking pace.
In an orthopedic shoe, preferably.
In a very comfortable orthopedic shoe. He's going to get her one of those walkers with the tennis balls on the bottom. It's going to be great. Okay.
Don't run, walk in Hokas.
Yeah. December 11th, 2001.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert is working a closing shift at the Youngstown terminal. Mm-hmm. He's by himself in charge there doing whatever. There's a bus driver named Jim McCoy, who I can only assume is an ex-convict. Maybe not. He saw Robert there at 4:30 in the afternoon working by himself.
All right.
And he sees him doing that. And shortly after 4:30, this is that McCoy, the driver, just left Youngstown, drives his bus to the Warren Greyhound Terminal, the other one that they run. Yeah. And there, McCoy sees Donna with a young black male who is Nate. Nate's a young black male. Yeah. And these two don't look like a couple. Let's just say that. No, she looks like an older white woman and he looks like a young black guy. They don't look like the most like, oh yeah, those two are probably together. Like as a couple, it just doesn't look like it. You know what I mean? At all.
Looks like a guy that she's helping out.
Well, I don't know, like adopted son maybe, or like one of her son's friends, or
some sort of ward of
possibly one of her grandchildren's,
brothers,
father. I don't know,
yeah.
Something. It's interesting. So he sees them together, and now the man identified himself to the bus driver as Nathaniel.
Okay.
Nate's full name.
Oh, he's going by Nathaniel, huh?
By Nathaniel. That's his formal. He's going bus station formal right now.
Yeah, he's going what's on the driver's license. Well,
when you meet at a Greyhound station, you give your full government name. That's how it works. Yeah. Sorry, it's every time.
State ID.
Yep. So he said the two of them appeared to be in a hurry to leave. The bus driver said, and Nathaniel told the bus driver, quote, "We're trying to get out of here." Yeah. Okay. The security guard saw Robert leave the other Greyhound station at 9 p.m. saying, "I'm going home." Yeah. So we know Robert was working at the Greyhound station till 9, then he's going home. December 12th, 2001. So this is that night at 12:01 a.m. So it's just technically December 12th, but it's 3 hours and 1 minute after Robert left the Greyhound station there. December 12th, 2001. So technically the next day, but 12:01 a.m. So barely. I mean, it's 3 hours.
Brand new day.
Yeah, 3 hours and 1 minute since Robert left the Greyhound station, said he was going home. A 911 call comes in to the Trumbull County Dispatch here. Mm-hmm. It's Donna Roberts calling 911. Screaming into the phone.
Oh.
Screaming like a banshee, hysterical.
Big problem.
telling the dispatcher, there's something wrong with my husband. There's something wrong with my husband. Oh. The dispatcher, for the first few times she said it, couldn't even make out what the hell she was saying. That's how crazy she's just freaking out. Yeah. Hysterical. Crying, shouting, holding the phone away and yelling shit. Just crazy. So the dispatcher keeps her on the line and they send the police. They're like, once they get the address, they're like, all right, whatever's there, the police will handle. So we'll just send them. I don't know what you need, but we're sending everybody we have here.
Here they come.
Here they come. So this is the Howland Township is a very small department, obviously, and they get there pretty quick. It's a small town, not a lot of distance to cover.
Sure.
It's about a mile from the police station, the house, so pretty close. Yeah. Very close. So within minutes, the patrol cars are coming into the driveway here. First officers on the scene are the ones who are going to end up putting the case together here. Well, the first one there is an officer named Albert Ray. And then the detectives start showing up, Sergeant Paul Monroe and Detective Sergeant Frank Dillon. And also the captain this comes as well. This is what I mean. Murders don't happen a lot here. So if someone says, I don't know what's wrong with my husband, the police captain shows up.
We'll send the cap.
Small town, That's a small town.
My husband is in distress. Well, what's the problem? I don't know. Well, the captain does. I don't know.
That's it. The game warden, the mayor's going to show up next. Like
we'll send them and find out what you need.
So these are all the people that end up kind of handling the case, basically, here. Now, when they pull up, they find Donna out in front of the house, standing out in front of the house. They go in the house. She says, in there, in there. So they go in there. Just inside the door from the garage, face down in a pool of blood, huge amount of blood, they find Robert Fingerhut. Dead. Okay. Next to him is a fully loaded .38 caliber revolver.
Fully loaded?
Fully loaded. That's going to be a thing here. He's fully clothed. There is, his wallet is still on him.
Yeah.
There's no signs of any struggle in any of the rooms away from the kitchen. This didn't start in a bedroom and make its way to the kitchen or anything like that. So they said that during the hours immediately following the 911 call, police observed Donna's emotional state fluctuating, which will happen.
Yeah.
If you've watched someone who didn't murder someone find out about them dying, that happens a lot. That's what it happens. First they freak out. They might hyperventilate, fall down, and they go, okay, I got to get calm. What's going on? What happens? Then they sit there for a minute.
Seems like the first is like imagining what happened, and that's shocking.
Yeah.
And then once you get beyond that, then you start realizing, oh God, they're dead. And then you get over that, and then you realize what dead means, and they're not coming back, and then you freak out there.
Exactly. And you have a little lull, and that's when you start thinking about, oh shit, now what do I do? And oh my God, and this is real, and then you start freaking out. But that's usually more of a quiet sobbing almost that I've seen. It's not, that's not a
yeah, and then you go to a funeral and see the body, and then you freak out again. It's just a lot of freaking out.
It's a lot of freaking out, and it's everybody is different too. Because I've read in books too, where like homicide cops, if someone's dead in a family, they're immediately scoping which family member they're going to talk to as a contact and get help from, because there's going to be a bunch of people freaking out. There's going to be a bunch of people doing histrionics, a bunch of people making it about themselves, and then there'll be like one person who's calm and collected going, what do we need to do? How do I help?
How can we fix this? Yeah.
You got to focus there. So everybody reacts differently. But they said that it very much fluctuated. At times, she'd be calm and quiet, and at other times, she was crying and screaming, oh, my Robert, my Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, she was doing that. Real.
Your Robert, yeah.
Now, let's find out what's wrong with Robert here. And by the way, this is what she found this and said, something's wrong with my husband, by the way. He's shot 3 times.
Well, that's impossible.
You could pretty much see what's wrong with him probably by the fucking bullet holes in him, in the chest, back, and head.
Oh, God, it's not good.
Not good. And on the large pool of blood and everything else.
What kind of round did that?
We'll find out in a minute. We're going to go through the autopsy. The shot to the head described in the autopsy as a penetrating gunshot wound to the top of the head.
Top of the head?
Top of the head, which is not normal, obviously. No. That's usually somebody ducking or
on their knees.
On their knees or on the ground or whatever.
Or already, yeah.
Yeah. They also one to the chest, one to the back. The shot to the head was the fatal one. Gunshot residue on the body indicated the head wound was inflicted at close range. So they said the muzzle of the gun very close to the head when it went off. In addition to the bullet wound, Robert had lacerations and abrasions on his left hand and on his head. So it looks like he was fighting as well.
So he was fighting, yeah.
They're consistent with a struggle, so he definitely fought. The laceration on his left hand between the thumb and index finger was interesting because it would show that this is crazy. They just found a wound at first on there. Then when they went through it, they figured out that the bullet went through
the webbing.
Webbing and into his head. That's the top of the headshot went through his...
What?
So he had his hand up.
Yeah.
Top of the head. So he saw it coming, knew it was coming, and tried to put his hand up over it, and the bullet went through the webbing.
Jesus.
I mean, if it hit a bone, it might have helped him, might have saved him. If it hit one of the hands in the bone,
what kind of round is it?
It might have deflected it a little bit here. They're saying it is either a 38 or a 357.
I don't know. That's going to stop it. Yeah.
No, but it could. Bullets will deflect off bones like crazy.
That's a crazy round, though.
Oh, it is, but they still
powder.
They deflect off bones a lot. That happens an awful lot.
38?
It happens tons. I've seen in autopsy shit, deflecting off bones and things like that. Bones can be harder than we think sometimes, and bullets don't always break them. Sometimes they'll also could have slowed it down enough to where
there's just so much powder behind a 38 and a 357.
Yeah.
They just move so fast.
I'm not sure if at that close of range it would have mattered. Put it that way.
That's a great point, too.
From 10 feet is a big difference from a foot.
A little bit of slowdown.
Yeah.
But if it's coming right out the barrel.
Right there to here, it probably wouldn't make much of a difference. No, it probably would go right through whatever. And
even still, though, it's crazy that he knew to put his hand up on top of his head.
Yeah.
That means they could see it. Yeah, he could see what they were doing.
To me, it sounds like head and chest.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, got shot in the head and the back and the chest, went down to his knees.
Yeah.
And then somebody did that while he tried to cover up. That's what it seems like to me, but I mean, I could be completely wrong. I'm not a crime scene reconstructionist. I don't know. So the state investigators do have crime scene reconstructionists, though, and they have an idea of what they think happened. They think that this didn't start in the kitchen, but started in the garage. Oh. They said that Robert came home, pulled into the garage, parked, got out of his car, and they think that's where he was attacked.
Okay.
In the garage. They said he was beaten, pistol whipped also, they think. There's abrasions that are consistent with a pistol whipping, so that would make sense. If somebody hit him, he doesn't go down and fights back and takes a swing, because in the movies, when you pistol whip somebody, they fall right down.
Right.
Unconscious. I mean, they're out
almost
cold
dead.
At that point.
It's almost over.
I mean, they could be standing there perfect, they'll just, and dead. I mean, on the ground. It's like in wrestling. When someone gets hit with the belt, they're unconscious no matter what.
It's crazy how heavy that thing is.
It's insane that it's a millimeter thick piece of metal and it's just out cold. Just can't stop the guy. Even though I've seen him get punched in the head and kicked 40 times in the last 5 minutes. That makes it out cold.
I've seen him get thrown off the rope and into a boot. And they're fine.
Still, that belt, though, watch out. But yeah, pistol whipping, like the first Beverly Hills Cop when he walks in and the guy hits him from behind. He's out. Betty Murphy's unconscious in the first one. I mean, boom, in the hallway.
It's crazy how quick you can sneak up on somebody and just whack them with a snub nose.
Oh,
you never see them again in the movie. They're gone.
They're out.
May as well be dead.
He woke up later, like, what happened? I mean, sleepy time.
Yeah.
So that's what they think. He was pistol whipped. He fought a little bit, leaving abrasions on his hand and head, made it through the door from the garage into the kitchen, probably trying to get away from the person. And it was inside the kitchen door. That's when the shots were fired.
One in the back first, probably.
They were all, very close range. And they said the last one, top of the head, through his hand, was probably when he'd already fallen and was on the ground. Because otherwise, top of the head makes no sense unless the guy's 8'3".
Right.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. So the blood spatter and the body position established the kitchen as the death site and the garage as the beginning of it all. And the doorway is the root there, obviously. They said the shooter would have walked through Robert's blood on the way out. So they look for that. And there are footprints in the blood.
Bingo.
They have footprints of a certain shoe pattern, a certain size, and they're pretty goddamn good and clean too. So,
oh boy,
that's going to help later. Okay, so they're processing the crime scene. Obviously, this is a lot to process. While they're doing this at 3:30 a.m., the house phone rings at the house.
Okay,
someone calls the crime scene at 3:30 in the morning.
Calls Fingerhut's house.
Calls Fingerhut's and Donna's house.
Yeah.
So Detective Sergeant Monroe answers it.
Yeah.
And there's a pause, and then they hung up. They which is amazing.
Did he identify himself as a police officer?
Yeah, he said, hello.
Crime scene, Detective so-and-so.
Crime scene. Yeah. There you go. So he does that, which is interesting here. There's a pause and a hang up on that. So a lot of times, too, murderers will call crime scenes sometimes. It's very strange.
Check who knows anything. Yeah.
In one book I was reading, this guy killed a guy who was a debt collector. He worked for one of those rental places.
Sure.
Weekly rent-a-center type joints. And he would go around in Baltimore and do his rounds every week and collect. And he just disappeared in the middle of his rounds one day. And he would carry large amounts of cash because he would be collecting along the way. And some dude just killed him and put him in his basement. And then left, and then afterwards called the police and were like, yo, it's me, it's my house, and I killed him. And the cops thought he was a prank caller, so they hung up on him.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, what's the name of the guy that lives here? And they told him, and the guy goes, oh, shit, I just hung up on the guy. Fuck. They're like, well, we
go fuck himself.
And the guy called back, and he's like, and they were like, no, you're good. Yeah, no, come on over. We got you covered. We'll
you told me to go fuck myself. That's not... I'd like to lodge a complaint, please.
It was real weird. So later on, this call is traced to Donna Roberts' cell phone.
Oh.
She's not, after a while, she's out of the scene once they're processing. You can't hang out there. So they also said that it was weird. Over the course of the evening, her demeanor was odd. They said that the Detective Sergeant Monroe and other officers noticed that, quote, when police investigators talked extensively, they no longer heard her shouting. She'd be like, oh, my Robert, my Robert. But then when they were in like a big talk and whatever, then she'd be sitting calmly. So they said when they entered the room where she was, then she'd start wailing again. Oh, my Robert. But when they were doing other shit and she was separate from them, she was very quiet. She'd only wail when someone was there. How long was she gone?
She had to leave the house, right? Because her cell phone is calling the house.
Yeah. After a while, they take her out of there because she's just at the crime scene.
House.
So she goes to a relative's house after a while. Now, they don't know at first that that's who called, but they find out later through the records.
Sure.
They said when a detective checked on Roberts in her bedroom because she had been quiet, she began shouting again upon seeing him. Like, see if she's all right in there. And they went and saw her. And as soon as he came in the room, oh, God.
Yeah.
It's horrible, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Teenager trying to call in sick to school.
Yeah. Oh, my stomach. Oh, God. It's horrible.
Oh, it hurts.
It hurts. So they said, one of the officers at the scene said that he, quote, didn't notice any tears coming from her eyes through these giant, bouts of hysteria.
Outbursts. Yeah.
Which is interesting, which a lot of people, when they fake crying, they're not good at. That's the part they don't get. Yeah. You need snot and tears in there to make that shit believable.
It's fascinating how many. I haven't seen a real good cry on TV in so long.
I'm trying to think.
The last one I saw.
I just saw that documentary.
Oh, which one?
The Should I Marry a Murderer documentary with the Scottish people, and she cried a lot. She should have been crying because she's dumb as shit, but she.
The last one
I
found was that mentally challenged girl that was kidnapped by Ariel Castro. That poor girl.
Yeah.
The one that he fucking hated, that he was so horrible. Mean to. Her crying in court is.
Like
so
she came over and forced her way in the house. You kidnapped these people, and you're like, I don't like the one I kidnapped. Sorry, dickhead.
Crying and blowing snot bubbles in court. It's so horrible. I feel bad for her.
That is bad. Yeah, that Should I Marry a Murderer documentary. You get to see a doctor cry a lot.
Oh,
she cries a lot.
All right.
So no tears. The cops notice this and write it in their report. No tears.
She doesn't cry. Yeah.
She's not a crier there, okay?
Very dehydrated.
She's keeping it. That's what it is. Yeah. She's conserving her water. That's how it goes.
On to it. Yeah.
So 10 a.m., Detective Monroe visits Donna at her brother's house. By that time, she gives them written consent to search everything in the residence. Because they still need consent from her to search everything just to make it official. You know what I mean? I mean, they could search around the body and, but to really go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, they need her to search warrant. Yes. So she enthusiastically signs it and says, quote, "Do whatever you have to do to catch the bastard who killed my Robert."
Exclamation point.
You fucking search and search. I don't care what you have to do. You find that son of a bitch there. So anyway, other things she wrote down are Nate and Donna were writing each other a lot of letters, we find out, from the search, by the way.
Oh.
When they go to search her house and they search everything, they find a whole lot of shit with Nate here.
They find love letters and shit?
Tons of them. Tons of them. The letters are addressed on Donna's end to a P.O. box she set up in Warren because she didn't want Robert to see letters coming to the house from jail. Nate writes from prison on fucking whatever, like a paper bag chunk he writes in. Whatever paper he can acquire in prison is what he writes on.
Ooh.
Which reminds me of Dope Sick Love. When he's sitting on the step, he's like, "Yo, man, tell him how you feel, man. Let it all out, man. Tell him how you feel." And he's writing he's on so much crack writing a fucking love letter to his imprisoned girlfriend on a paper bag.
On an inside-out McDonald's bag.
It is wild. And he's going, "Yo, tell her how you feel, man. Tell her how you feel," his friend's saying.
Put your heart around the fries oil stains.
Sad part it was generic. It wasn't even a McDonald's bag.
It wasn't even
like,
a real...
Nah, it was like, so he got it like a bodega when he got a pack of cigarettes or something. It was even sadder.
It's just the brown paper.
Just plain as can be. Plain as can be. So that's what he sends, and it's 285 letters in total that they're going to find.
300 pages?
285. 145 letters from Nate to Donna they found sitting in her dresser drawer.
She kept every one of them.
Every goddamn one. Well, maybe. There could have been 400, I guess.
Yeah.
Then there's 140 from Donna to Nate.
Ooh-wee.
That is found in a brown paper bag with Nate's name written on it in the trunk of Donna's car, which is parked in the garage at the crime scene.
Oh, my God.
His name is written on it, just in case you don't know that all the letters are addressed to Nate's bag.
She didn't think that would look bad, huh?
Nope, not at all. No, she said, "You search and you go ahead." So more of those letters in a bit here.
All right.
Now, first of all, they do find from there that he's in prison. So they're like, okay, well, that's probably one suspect we don't have to worry about since he's in prison. Then they find right now. Well, then they find out, he was released 2 days ago.
Oh, shit.
He's released from prison on December 9th. That's not good. So December 12th in the afternoon, Donna goes to talk to the police.
Yeah.
They got some questions here, obviously.
185 of them.
At least 285.
Explain this one.
Yeah.
Explain this one. 285.
285. It's worse. Yeah, 185 would
all
be
day.
all day. Well, they don't bring that up at first. At first, they say, "Tell us about your life with Robert." They treat her like a widow at this point. So she describes a loving relationship.
Between her and Robert?
Between her and Robert, yeah, loving relationship. But she also stated that, this is amazing, that she and Robert were, quote, a cool couple. Which, what do you think that means?
I know what that means.
You know exactly what that means. And, quote, he did his thing and she did hers.
Yeah.
That's what he says. We're a cool couple. Meaning he lets me have young prison dick, and he can do whatever he wants at the Greyhound station.
Yeah.
Wow. So, cool couple. Doing his thing. Now,
we're a cool couple.
We're a cool couple, God damn it. He describes her relationship, as loving here, but sexually, like I said, they're cool. It's all good. So they said, "Well, who have you been in a sexual relationship with? We'd like to talk to them."
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, for about 6 months, I've been banging some guy named Carlos." So there's him. There's Carlos. There's also a sexual relationship with another guy named Santiago that I've been fucking for a while too. She said, I tried to help Santiago and I was trying to help him out, and fuck him at the same time. But he ended up stealing money and a gun from me, so I don't talk to him anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, he stole from me. So they said, anyone else besides Carlos and Santiago that you've been seeing? And she says, no, there's nobody else. I told you everybody.
Oh.
That's all. So then the cops say, well, what about a guy named Nate Jackson? Her quote, yes, I forgot about him. Imagine fucking someone 30 years younger than you and forgetting about it. Just, oh, wow, I get so many lineal feet of penis on a monthly basis from different people. I forgot about that one. I don't even know.
I'm sure Nate's going to be thrilled to know that.
Just forgot all about him. She said, oh, yeah, that's right. I've been dating him for about 2 years, but I forgot he existed.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, well, he was in jail recently, in prison. Were you calling and exchanging letters? Oh, yeah. We were writing back and forth and calling. Totally forgot about that guy.
Yeah, see, that's why I forgot. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
It slipped. Jesus Christ.
This is how out of sight he was, though.
Yeah.
She then realizes that she has to tell the truth about this. She said, well, they said, well, when's the last time you saw him? Must have been a long time ago if you forgot about him. She said, December 9th, 3 days ago, when he got out of jail, I picked him up at the Lorraine Correctional Institution and then left him in Youngstown at a house on Wirt Street.
Okay.
So, I should have probably remembered him. You're right. Considering I still have...
Oh, yeah.
I probably still have his
guy.
dried semen on a part of my body somewhere, possibly.
It may still be dripping.
It's possible. I keep pretty moist. Let's just say that. I keep myself... lotioned up good. It could be anywhere.
If I'm wearing the same underwear from yesterday, 100% certain is DNA.
It's in there. A lot of it. So she said she last spoke to him over the telephone on the morning of December 11th, so the morning of the murder. Now, they know from people at the Greyhound station that on the afternoon of December 11th, she was in the Greyhound station with a guy named Nathaniel who fits this guy's description. How many young black guys named Nathaniel you hanging out with, lady? So they're like, okay. So they're collecting her inconsistencies. And then she says, look, Robert, like I said, we were cool. And, cool. We were cool. So... You might want to look into people he was seeing.
Yeah, people that aren't so goddamn cool.
Yeah, because Robert, by the way, also was going both ways, quote unquote.
What?
She's saying he was bisexual.
Yeah?
Yeah. And said that Robert had a friend named Bobby.
Oh.
That was his guy he was banging. She couldn't even come up with a different name that wasn't his. It's crazy.
She almost said Robbie, but that'd be too obvious.
Bobby with a B. Yeah. Lots of B's in that name.
Yeah.
She also said that Robert had been, quote, acting kind of nutty for the week and a half before he died, which she just attributed to whatever relationship goofiness was going on with him and Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there is absolutely zero evidence or corroboration that Robert was bisexual. There's
he had a friend named Bobby.
There's zero evidence that he's had any other relationships, and they could not find a human being named Bobby that he interacted with ever, essentially. This Bobby, they couldn't. They asked her to track him down. She didn't know. They tried to track him down. No Bobby anywhere to be found. Bobby is in the wind.
Feels perhaps made up.
Bobby in the breeze at this point, yeah. So they're like, that's interesting. A bisexual relationship with an imaginary man. That sounds plausible. Okay. So they said, okay, do you have a cell phone? You have a cell phone, right? Can I look at it?
Yeah.
She searched her purse and said, I must have left it at home.
What?
Okay. And then you got to understand, too, because everybody now, your phone goes with you to the bathroom. But
it goes with you everywhere.
In 2001, your phone was just a phone.
Yeah.
You would just leave it sitting somewhere because unless you wanted to make a call, it was useless for anything else. There wasn't even a fucking camera on it yet in 2001.
You could certainly play the snake game.
You could play Tetris, possibly, if you got a really good phone.
That snake game was mad addicting.
There's a lot of those shitty games that were addicting. So Detective Monroe tells her that the call that came to the crime scene at 3:38 a.m. came from her cell phone.
Right.
So she sits there for a minute like, that's weird. How did that happen? I don't get it.
So easy.
My cell phone? And then she comes and she figures it out. She says, oh, I know. Nate must have had the phone. He's always borrowing it. He's been out of jail for 3 days, so he's only been borrowing it for 3 days, number one. And number two, you didn't remember this guy 12 minutes ago.
Right.
And now he's currently has your cell phone.
This is the worst lying I've ever. You should have done it so fast. I had to see if it was real.
Yeah. Something.
It's so easy to watch that call.
I had to see, but why'd you hang up? That's the thing. Why would you hang up?
As soon as I heard cops, I hung up.
Yeah,
I was like, it is real.
That would sound better than
I must have borrowed it to somebody?
Yeah, that sounds, that would have sounded better what you have over here. Even though she was the one who called it in, so she goddamn knows it's real. It's not like they notified her of it and she had to call to make sure. Like, still though, it sounds better than,
I don't know.
Sounds better than a guy I forgot about has my phone.
Must
my
have.
bad. Yeah.
I don't even know if that's for sure.
He must have it. He's always borrowing it.
He's always borrowing it, that guy.
Always. So still the same day, December 12th, 2001, Robert's vehicle is found.
Oh, it was taken.
It was gone. It is taken. It's found in Youngstown, 3 blocks from Wirt Street, which is where Donna told the police she dropped off Nate when he got out of prison. 3 blocks from the house that he's supposed to be at.
Oh, boy.
A forensic team finds blood on the driver's side visor and in other areas around the automobile.
Yeah.
Not good. Then, over the next few days, police continue to investigate things that they hear.
Right.
And they end up at the Wagon Wheel Motel, which sounds
nice.
Just gorgeous, beautiful place here. They find out that Roberts had registered at the Days Inn also, because they find out that Donna and Nate had spent the night that he got out of prison together at the Wagon Wheel Motel. Then she went over to the Days Inn and registered for a week and paid for it.
Yeah, let's fuck at all the worst hotels in America.
All of the most mediocre shitholes there are. Let's go there. At least this is a chain shithole, not the Wagon Wheel Motel. Yikes. So they know that they were planning on at least having Nate have a place for a week or possibly her too. So they do ballistics, and the bullets that killed Robert come from a totally different .357 or .38, not the one next to his body. So they had to make sure of that, obviously. Right. He's got a .350, a possible .38 slug in his head, and a .38's lying next to him. So,
well, that gun also fires both rounds.
That's the other. That's why they say they don't know which one it came out of. So they said that they can't find the other weapon, though. They'd love to find the actual murder weapon.
Yeah, love to know what did it, because this thing's fully loaded. And how did he not get a round off in defense? That's fast.
That's the thing. They must have been bum rushed pretty fast. If he had time to throw a left hook, he had time to shoot. He had a gun out. You know what I mean? It's easier to shoot than throw a left hook.
Or perhaps he's trying to get away because the gun's on the inside of the house, gets into the house, grabs the gun, but is shot 2 times before he can let one off.
Yeah, well, we'll find out here.
Okay.
So his there's an explanation to this, which is the fun part. Now, Michael, his son, said he was more than just a dead body. He was a person that people cared about. Yeah. So he was very upset with the whole thing. And this Michael, too, he'll keep having to come back from Ohio, basically, draining his bank account to keep coming back here to go to court hearings. And to
Where's he from?
So he lives in Florida, the son.
Oh, Jesus.
He's got to keep coming back. Now, remember those letters they found in the dresser drawer?
285 of them?
And in a paper bag marked Nate? Yeah. Okay. Here are the letters here. They start reading them, and they got a pretty good idea what's going on once they start reading them. Here is Nate to Donna, early October 2001.
Yeah.
All right. Quote, "Why don't you leave Robert and let's carry on with a world of our own? Or let me do what I was going to do to him, because you know what? That was our little thing. So you better not go and try and get to know someone else to do it, because I told you, or you better not to try. Sorry, he spells no, N-O, K-N-O-W. He spells no like that. He says,
who
you
does
better not,
that?
Nate, you better not try to get no one else to do it. K-N-O-W, no.
Wow.
No one else. That's why I was like, you better not get to know someone. But no, he means it this way. Because I told you it's getting done when I come home.
Okay.
Less than a week later, he writes back again. Quote, Donna, I got it already planned out on how we're going to take care of the Roberts situation. Question mark for some reason, which that's not a question. That's very much a statement. And baby, it's the best plan ever, exclamation point. Because Donna, it's now time that we really get to be together so that we can really see the true side of our love, because I'm tired of not being able to be with you.
Oh, boy.
Okay. It's the best plan ever, he says.
He said that?
He said the second sentence. He said, did you hear? He said, and baby, it's the best plan ever.
All right.
So interesting. The next Donna keeps writing back saying, like, are you sure? You know, I mean, we don't have to do this, but maybe if you're sure, blah, blah, blah. Nate's next letter to her in October of 2001, Donna, I don't care what you say, but Robert has to go.
Holy.
Now it's getting pretty specific and clear what's going on here. And he always spells and, A-N, by the way, and every time. And I'm not going to let you stop me this time. And Donna, you know that I've always wanted to live my life with you and only you, but every time I wanted to take care of the situation by myself, you wouldn't never let me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't never. So that
never.
means she would let him. Yes. It's a double negative there, Chief. Because you wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do to make you happy, and that was get rid of him. So, Donna, can I do this so that we can go on and live happy, and then maybe we can sell the house and move on somewhere else on our own? And I'm not going to be happy until that happens. He's going to find a nice retirement community with his, and the best part is we can live in 55 and over communities.
Well,
that's the best part.
I don't know if he's allowed.
I'll sneak in. It's fine. You can buy the house. I'll just, no one needs to know.
I'll get a gray wig.
It's all good. Don't sweat it. Well, shit, I'm black. They don't know how old I am.
It's a great point, too.
You walk up and be like, I'm 63 years old. People go, hey. Okay.
It's possible.
You wouldn't challenge it.
No, you'll look like an asshole.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. So he said, so this is, he's been, it seems like, really talking about this for a long, just come on, let me kill your husband, please.
And he's pushing the issue.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pushing it totally.
And she's saying things like, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. Maybe if you're good, we'll stop at McDonald's on the way home, and then you can murder my husband. But only if you're good.
If you listen real good all day.
If you're really good while mommy has her appointment, you can maybe kill my husband. Okay?
But only if you also dig out the trash when you're home.
Please do that. Every time I wanted to take care of the situation by myself, you wouldn't never let me. That's very telling here.
It's not fair.
It's not fair, Mom. So Donna's response, this is mid-October 2001, quote, you know you can always count on me. You always could. It'll just be a little tougher now because he gives me $100 a week for everything and then makes me write checks to keep track of it all.
She's got to balance the checkbook about it?
Well, then he can tell where all the money went.
Yeah.
He just gives her piles of cash. She can go, give it to prisoners who are fucking her and wanting to kill him. So it makes sense.
Yeah, excellent
It's a smart move.
Don't go putting this on somebody's books. You have $20 a day.
You're not buying anybody's ramen noodles with this.
No,
shit. No, it's not happening.
I should be able to sponsor you for $20 a day.
That's it. So I think this was in response to him needing more money also, because she's saying, look, I'll help you all I can, but I don't have any money now. She says, quote, and I haven't been allowed, and it's on all caps, allowed to use any of my 52 charge cards. She brings it up. She brings this up constantly, by the way, about the charge cards.
52 credit cards. Good Christ, that's one a week.
It's wild. Yeah, she's very proud of the fact that she has 52 charge cards, though. She brings it up quite often.
It sounds like it's an achievement that she never thought that she would get. It's like being a million miler or something.
But this is not an achievement. You're not in debt if you're a million miler. You get bonuses. This is like 52 people will allow me to pay them back money that I like. What the hell
every
accomplishment
month
is this? It's wild. With interest, but still.
Yeah.
So I haven't been allowed to use any of my 52 charge cards and then dash emergency only. I'm not used to living like this. I'm used to having plenty of cash for whatever I want and buying everything I want. Maybe those days will return again soon. Do whatever you want to him ASAP, she says. Do whatever you want to him ASAP. Last word, amen.
Amen.
She fucking amens you can go ahead and murder my husband message. Amen.
Wow.
What the fuck are you doing, lady?
Thank you for this food.
Wow. Nate's response is even crazier to the ASAP amen bullshit here. Okay. He responds with a sketch. It's not a letter. It's a drawing.
Yeah.
A drawing of Robert's tombstone with his name on it.
Uh-huh.
All that shit. And in the inscription, the epitaph is rest in piss. That's his fucking... He's very creative, this Nate.
And what is Nate so mad about?
That's what I'm wondering. He seems more pissed off than her, and I don't know why. I guess because she should be able to spend as much money as she wants on him.
And Nate doesn't like seeing his lady suffer, man.
I guess so. She's suffering. She's really suffering,
You take somebody's Discover from them.
Well,
I swear to Christ, that's not easy, man.
It's disturbing when things are happening to your mom and you can't control them. You know what I mean? That's
what's in her wallet. Not Capital One, I'll tell you that now.
Capital One and everything else, but she's not allowed to use them, unfortunately.
Yeah, she might be the last person in the country to have a diners club.
I think she does. She's got it all, man. Whatever that Telly Savalas shit that he was
pushing.
That's
a lot, man.
Club, right?
I don't think I've ever seen 52 commercials for credit cards.
That's about all I've seen 52 of is commercials for credit cards. I never heard of anyone having 52 credit cards. Imagine somebody watched TV for 6 months and then said, I'll take all of them. Every card I've seen advertised, I'll take them. Local ones from a bank, I don't give a shit. Everything I got.
I mean, there was that old trope of the 80s and late 90s of like when somebody would like unroll all their fucking credit cards.
Yeah, it was a joke, but it still wasn't 52.
And that doesn't mean anything.
Like 20 would come out, and that was like, oh, ha, ha.
52, that would touch the ground.
It would, and go past the other person. You'd have to really ravel those up. It would take a long time. So
have a fucking fishing reel to roll them up.
So he responds, rest in piss.
Yeah.
In the tombstone.
Because he's mad.
Because he's a little upset about some stuff. Then in late October 2001 here, he says, Nate says, and then after that, you don't ever have to worry about making no more, KNOW more.
Right.
Excuses to him because he will no longer be with us after 12/10/01.
I mean, how much more specific could he be?
I mean, good God. By the way, if you're European, that's December, not October.
Not October 12th.
Yeah, that means December 10th, 2001. He died on December 11th, 2001, by the way.
After December 10th, he will no longer be with us. Rest in piss. He may as well say, I'm going to murder a person on December 11th.
Not even he'll no longer be a problem for us because he'll no longer be with us. It's literally
the only time you say that.
He might as well have said he'll be passed away by then. Like there's no other more obvious way to put it.
Even when a company says, "Oh, they're no longer with us," I go, "Oh, that's too bad. That's just
oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear it."
Yeah.
How's his wife taking the news?
So he says, and then it gets worse, by the way. Yeah. He says, and then it'll be me and you totally and completely. Then she goes on to say, Hey, Donna, just think, come 12/11/01, you'll be waking up to me, or maybe we'll give it a couple of days to let things look cool. And then after the funeral, baby, when I come home, I'm never leaving, and we're only doing it like that just to make it look good. Meaning, I'd murder him and then we would fuck in his blood, but you know how the police will frown upon that. So basically, I'll take a couple days and then it's all
I'll
me and
stay
you
at the wagon wheel till Thursday.
Or the days in for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. To make it look good. Alls I need is for my baby not to worry and leave everything else up to me.
I got it.
I got this. I am a very, very seasoned murderer. I'll take care of this.
I just wrote my whole plan down and mailed it to you.
And mailed it through the jail, by the way, which can monitor anything anyway. And even if they don't, then it's in this is in a dresser drawer in the house of the murder scene.
That you gave in writing permission to the police to search. You knew.
You said, you need to catch that bastard.
Yeah. The evidence is upstairs.
Wow. So if you go over this, the amount of times, you'll no longer have to worry about making no more excuses to him. Okay, right there, that's pretty incriminating.
That's pretty incriminating, yeah.
Then the next thing, because he'll no longer be with us, that's very incriminating. Then he adds a date to it to really seal it in there, to sear the flavor in. You know, you gotta sear it real good.
And if there was a question that maybe they're going to give him a trip, they're going to pay for him to leave. No, there's a sketch of his fucking tombstone.
It's a sketch of that. Yeah, then she says, and we'll be me and you completely. Okay, yeah, maybe it's after that. That's when he gets out of jail. They're going to run away together. Then he just doubles down. Hey, Donna, just think, come 12/11, you'll be waking up to me. Or maybe we'll let things cool down for a couple days to look cool, he says. So, you know, this is how we're also going to trick the cops, is also a bad way to put it. Oh, and then he mentions the funeral. Then after the funeral, when I come home, I'm never leaving. So that just, in case you thought it was just we're going to run away together. No.
After the funeral of who?
He'll be dead.
Robert, who will be resting in piss.
Resting in piss. This is I designed the tombstone for him. You can put that in. Give that right to the fucking stone cutter and he'll make it perfectly.
Holy.
Okay. Then November comes along here and they're still writing. Things get into logistics by then.
Oh, boy.
He starts asking her to buy him murder supplies.
Oh.
That he's going to need. Okay, here's one from Nate to Donna, late October, early November 2001. Okay, quote, well, I see now you know that I'm about my business when I get out as far as our little situation. So that means you're seeing I'm serious about killing your husband now?
I'm dead serious, and you know that now.
And get me a size large leather gloves if you and see if you can find me a ski mask hat, okay?
Jesus.
Hey, these are the murder supplies I'm going to need. Basically, whatever OJ had, get me that. I'm going to need that. Some Bruno Maglias, just the whole deal. I want everything.
See if you can find a used Bronco.
Isn't there a used Bronco around? I'll escape in it. Okay, so see if you can find me a ski mask hat. Then he says, and I need them handcuffs you have, and it's mandatory. So get them for me because the way that I'm going to do it is going to be right, okay?
Oh, boy.
So I need murder supplies. I need handcuffs so I can murder him, and then, to hide evidence, I need some other shit,
I need anonymity and a way to lock a person down. That is a horrifying letter.
Them handcuffs you have that Donna already had. So apparently she has handcuffs. And I think they've probably used them before, it sounds like.
Doesn't sound like she's used them for kidnapping.
Nope. Then her letter to him, talking about what she bought him, quote, I also went to 4 stores and finally found your ski mask and boxers and a pair of beautiful fleece-lined black leather gloves. Beautiful. They're lovely. You're gonna.
I got
keep
you
them
some
forever.
lovely isotoners.
Oh my God! So then he writes back here, and he says, "Yes, I'm taking care of that the next night because I told you that I'm tired of living like this when I don't have to. And after that, will you get me a 2002 Cadillac DeVille?"
A brand new DeVille?
This is 2001. Yeah, this isn't Now We Want to Be Together. He's asking for a specific model and year of a car.
Brand new.
For this. Brand fucking new Cadillac, okay? He
Next year's Cadillac.
Yo, the new one. Well, it's December of,
right.
They're out already, the 2002s.
Oh, it's been out for 3 months, but it's still.
They're looking good.
You get it in December, people go, wow, what is that, a 2001? No, this is next year's model.
Yeah.
It's an 02.
Surprised he doesn't want an 03.
Yeah.
So he then says, and even if I got to come to the house and shoot Robert in his fucking head, you're going to be with me. My God.
Yeah.
Add all of these letters up to this. This is bonkers.
Is there a public notary? That's the only way he could have incriminated himself harder.
Any harder. Yeah. Or if he handed it to a guard and said, can you proofread this for me? I'm not good at spelling. Like, this is insanity. What are you talking about? In addition to the 285 letters, there are also, well, there's a lot more, but there are 18 specific recorded phone calls in their own voices that are also saved.
Oh, boy.
This the phone inmate system, it records all the calls,
right.
all the calls automatically. They're kept for at least 6 months afterwards.
Does that's got a system of flagging stuff too, right?
There has to be something like that. I think it's mainly they're saved, and then if anything happens, they can go back and look at it.
That's crazy.
You can't monitor everybody in the prison's calls
it
for 6 months. It's not.
But there should be, today at least, there should be something monitoring it that flags when it hears certain words. Well, I guess a lot of people on these calls are talking in code too, so you wouldn't hear.
They're talking. And on top of that, too, the prisons are not going to update their phone systems. You're only getting charged $4.85 a minute. So God forbid they could actually, you know what I mean? It's just a scam to make fucking money for this bullshit.
Thing. Yeah, you're
it's disgusting. Right. That shit is disgusting. Remember what fucking Arpaio was doing? Piece of shit.
Scumbag.
Robbing people's fucking families
worst
blind.
Person. Yeah.
Terrible shit. So anyway, that's what's going on. Now, the recordings are kept. Nate, despite knowing everything is recorded, called Donna on the prison line at least 18 times that are on the record.
Yeah.
Openly discussing the murder. He talked about, he used code.
Oh, he did?
The Robert situation at one point. Our little thing. That thing he would talk about. You know, that thing we're going to do? I
did that thing for you. Who do you think you are?
Hey, I did that. I took care of that thing for you. That was Pete. That was Pete the Killer that said that in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
It was Pete the Killer. I took care of that thing
Pete
for
the
you.
Killer said it.
We know what that thing was. I used to do a joke about that way back in the day. You know what it is? Pete the Killer. What else could it be?
The fuck else would he be doing?
So this is interesting. Now, this is October 25th, 2001.
Yeah.
Nate, I'll be home to you December 9th. All the worries will be over, baby.
December 9th.
She just kind of says, okay. He says, the next day out, I already got it in my mind made up. I'm going to go ahead and do that the next day, okay? All right. And she says, quote, oh, I just wrote to you that I didn't think you really meant it.
Oh, boy.
He says, what? My mind is made up. My mind is made. I wrote in my letters, you know what I'm saying, but I don't like to talk too much like that. You don't?
I like to draw like that.
Yeah. And write everything out in longhand. But when I come home, you know what I mean? It's going to be full detail. I'm going to let you know how I'm going to do it and everything. I'm going to do it for sure the next day.
Yeah.
Dude, like, that is so incriminating. And especially in his own voice.
It's amazing.
When you go before a jury, it's one thing to have something written down. Because he could even say, I didn't write that. Right. Somebody else could have been. When it's someone's own voice and you're looking at them sitting there and that voice comes out of their fucking head and you're hearing it, that is so incriminating. It's not good.
And their reaction to it has got to be outstanding.
Yeah.
As soon as you press play in court, watching their face as those words come through has got to be so fun.
Watch the Sarah Boone trial and you'll see it.
Yeah.
When they play those videos of her with him, imagine what the look on that jury's face.
Is that how you talk to me? Is that how you talk to me?
Fucking yelling at him, telling him he smells, fucking screaming in his face. Then
recording him in the suitcase while she's drunk and yelling at him.
That's my name, don't wear it out. While he's dying in a suitcase, begging for oxygen. That's my name, don't wear it out.
Sarah, I can't breathe. I can't breathe when you're choking me.
I can't breathe when you're choking me. I can't breathe when you cheat on me. That's what she said. I can't breathe when you cheat on me. That is not the same, lady. I'm sorry.
No, I mean it, Sarah. I'm in a Samsonite. Yeah, that's how I feel. My heart's in a Samsonite.
My heart is zipped up with a combo lock, and I don't know.
My heart's been beaten like a gorilla beats a Samsonite.
CSA goes through my thoughts.
Have you seen the commercials? Hello, I'm talking to you.
Hello? That's my name. Don't wear it out.
He's already dead and she's kicking the suitcase. I'm talking to you. Do you remember that commercial?
Hello? Hello?
She's the worst.
So that's what that reminds me of, though, because everyone in court, I didn't get to see the jury, obviously, but everyone in the court was like, like looking at her like, oh, you're a monster. So, okay. In this conversation, that is, this is November 8th. Nate tells Donna that he wanted Robert to see Donna performing oral sex on Nate before he kills Robert. So now it's worse. I want you to blow me in front of him before I murder him. Now
I need him to see why.
Yeah. I really want to be a real jerk here.
I need to humiliate him.
Even though there's no beef with them. Okay.
Robert doesn't even know this is happening, does he?
No idea. None at all. He's just working every day. He has no fucking idea. So anyway, that's one of his plans is force Donna to blow him in front of Robert. Well, not force her because she'd be voluntarily blowing him. But,
force Robert to watch consensually blowing him.
And before he goes away is a funny thing, too. He's going to leave. Then late November 2001, there's a little debate here. They're getting a plan, but Donna's getting nervous about it. She's nervous about leaving evidence behind. So they're talking about how not to leave forensic evidence behind.
Yeah, that's a good concern. Yeah.
And it's 2001, so Law and Order's been on for like 12 years.
Yeah.
People know a little more. The OJ happened in 96. That was a lesson in forensics and DNA and shit and how not to collect it.
CSI is 3 years in by now, right?
Is it 2001? I think it's around when CSI started.
I think it came out like 99.
Maybe. That's possible. It's very possible. But all those shows kind of things are becoming popular.
Yes.
This is becoming where people know stuff. So this is late November 2001. Okay. Nate says, you know what I'm saying? The next day after, you know what I told you I wanted to do, right? And Donna says, I'm afraid, Nate.
Yeah.
And Nate says, what you, man? I don't know what that is. What you, man?
I think it means what you mean. Is it typed?
Maybe
or is
what you mean. This is the transcript from court.
It's probably what you mean.
Maybe. Yeah, somebody might have transcribed it. But then Donna says, I can't afford to lose you. I cannot lose you. Like I will kill myself.
Oh.
This is a man she told the cop she did not remember.
Right.
So Nate says, just forget about it, man. By the way, calling a 58-year-old woman man is just weird to me. It's just strange.
He's calling her man?
Man, he keeps calling her. Just forget about it, man. When a person, man, knows what he's doing, man, that's like jinxing, man. That's what he called her, man, 4 times in one sentence.
Ooh.
Man.
It's like jinxing, man.
It's like jinxing, man. But Donna says then, but what was the story with the trunk and handcuffs? That's too involved. So they've come up with multiple scenarios.
He's like taking him away from the scene in the trunk.
Yeah. So then Nate says, just leave it alone, all right? And Donna said, it's too much involved. You're going to leave hair. You're going to leave prints. You're going to... So then Nate says, leave it alone, man. Leave it alone, all right? Come on, man. This ain't Perry Mason, man. Like, it's worse. The cops now have forensics and shit. Perry Mason didn't have shit. He just had to yell at someone until they admitted it. This is crazy.
Perry Mason was a lawyer, wasn't he?
He was a lawyer who would would take the case apart and then get the real murderer to admit it on the stand while his client said,
Nate, this is much deeper than Perry Mason.
Yeah, Perry Mason didn't have a forensics team.
Right. Perry just yelled at people until he got the logistics right in his head.
And this guy's like, I'll get away with it. This ain't Perry Mason, man. Come on. Forensics and hair and shit. Who cares?
Perry Mason ain't shit.
Perry Mason ain't shit. So then Donna says, I don't want to know anything about it ever.
Mm-hmm. No, don't tell me any of it.
Do what you need to do, but leave me the fuck out of it, basically.
Okay.
So there's more incriminating shit.
Oh, yeah, they keep talking?
Oh, they can't stop. Okay.
Yeah.
November 24th, 2001. Nate's trying to ease Donna's, anxieties about this whole thing.
Calm her down.
He attempts to reassure her about DNA, by the way. Now he is a forensics expert.
What's he going to say?
Let's find out what Nate thinks, how Nate thinks forensics work.
Yeah.
Number one, he thinks Perry Mason deals with forensics, so that's one thing.
First of all, he's not scared of Perry Mason.
No.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, all right, never mind. I'll just get into this. Okay. November 24th, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nate says, man, we really going to talk when I come home, okay?
Yeah.
Stop calling her man, please. Please.
He's not going to do it.
It would be less creepy if he called her ma'am as he was fucking her. This is creepy. So she says, okay. Then Nate says, especially about that situation, man,
Yeah.
And she says, yeah. And he says, I mean, it just, you get too nervous at times. That's all the deal is. You're tripping. You're nervous. You can't get away with murder. What a pussy.
Yeah.
You don't think this thing that we've planned out and we have in writing in several things, you don't think, okay, all right. She says, yeah, I know. It's part of my nature. She's the nervous grandmotherly type. What do you expect?
I'm not a murderer.
So he says, quote, and then you said DNA. The only way they can do a DNA is if they got the other person's. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying they'd have to have his DNA already to know that it was his DNA.
Oh, he's so dumb.
He doesn't know shit. He said if they got the person and the hair, because they can't just take no hair and say this is such and such's hair. The laws that we got in the state of Ohio and the laws from everywhere else, I mean, they way different.
And everywhere else.
He's saying the laws of the state of Ohio are way different from everywhere else, and they'll never be able to match up a hair forensically to him. They can't. He's saying they can't just pick up a hair and go, that looks like Nate's hair, and go find him.
Only way they could do a DNA.
Yeah.
You see.
A DNA.
A
DNA. His thoughts are they're never going to know he exists. That's his thought. So how would they match it up to me? They'd need to get my shit to match it up. And if they don't know I exist, how the fuck are they going to get my shit, essentially?
They'd have to know that you and I talk 285 letters at a clip.
While they're saying this on a recorded jail call. Literally being taped.
Under his prison ID number, right? Because you've got to...
You have to sign in through your shit. Yeah. Because you have accounts and all that kind of shit.
Right.
So, yeah, the laws that we got in the state of Ohio and the laws from everywhere else, I mean, they way different.
Yeah, they way different.
So he's an expert in Ohio forensic law, this guy, and what's admissible and everything.
That's why
else.
he's not afraid of Perry Mason.
Not afraid of Perry Mason. Let Perry Mason try to talk to me. I'll let that motherfucker know what's up. So Donna says, really?
Yes.
Rather than going, are you a moron? She says, really?
She's very easy to convince.
She's very easy. And he says, hell yeah. He says, we'll talk about it when I come home, Donna. Okay? I don't want to talk about it over the phone. You already did. What's the fucking point? You might as well videotape the whole murder at this point. You've already talked. I don't want to talk about it on the phone. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don't stop
Hang
now.
up. Wow, he's explaining forensic science, fucking up how it works, fucking up what the laws are. Yeah. He has nothing. And he says that DNA only works if they have a sample from the person to compare it to, and if they have your hair and the laws and state of Ohio. He's all fucked up. Everything's wrong.
Ohio won't let him have my hair.
No, they won't.
They'll stand in the way.
Ohio says you cannot take a man's hair from him if he doesn't want him to. That's it. December 8th, 2001. This is all post 9/11 too. You think it's just so much going on. It's still
smoldering. Fuck. It's still on fire.
So was no one else distracted by that? Maybe I was a little too distracted by that, but I wasn't setting up any murder plots for at least 3-4 months after 9/11. It was very distracting.
It doesn't even seem like he's heard yet.
No, I don't think he has. He's been in jail the whole time that it happened. He was in jail. So I think maybe they didn't tell him in there. It's right. It's like Goodfellas. They didn't go up there and tell you, I don't shine shoes no more. I don't know if you know, they didn't go up there and tell you, but I don't shine shoes.
Those towers don't stand no more.
They don't stand no more. I don't know if they went up there and didn't tell you about it, but December 8th, 2001, day before Nate gets out, 24 hours before that here. This is the last recorded call between them. Why? Okay, you're getting out the next day. Just shut the fuck up and wait till you're in person. Nope, one more.
Yeah.
And it's the dumbest one of all almost here. Okay. He says, I got to do this, Donna. I got to.
Okay.
And she says, I don't know, kind of hems and haws. He says, just consider it a done deal. Yeah. Only thing I'm going to need is one thing.
What's that?
She says, what? And he says, I just need to be in that house when he come home.
Oh, my God, dude.
It's so bad. It's so bad. So bad.
All I'm going to need is one thing. What's that? To be within inches of him.
Yeah, to be able to to be able to jump out at him in his own home unsuspectingly in the dark. That's all I need. It's going to be fine.
Wow.
She says, "Oh no." And he says, "Baby, it ain't going to happen in the house." He's trying to convince her, I need to be there, but I'll get him somewhere so it won't happen because you don't want to ruin they're going to live there together.
Right.
I mean, what are we talking about?
I don't have to mop.
I don't want to have blood stains on my floor when I get out of here. So he says, it ain't going to happen in the house. It ain't going to happen in the house, man. I promise you. Man. He said, I just need to be in there, man. It ain't going to happen in the house, man. I mean, I ain't going to jeopardize that, man.
Yeah.
Not that man like Robert. I ain't going to jeopardize that, meaning the house,
Our
man.
Yeah.
Your man.
Right. He's a little
Donna.
Man. Yeah.
And she says, well, let's not talk about it now.
Right.
Yeah. And he says, okay, we'll talk. I'll just wait until tomorrow. Yes, stupid. Tomorrow you're getting out and you can talk to her all you want in the privacy of an automobile when you get out of there. Boy. Okay. Now, there was another thing here, December 6, 2001, 3 days before he got out. This isn't a recorded call, but Donna starts prepping 3 days before he gets out. She drives to the Wagon Wheel Motel in Boardman, Ohio, about 20 minutes south of Howland Township, and she reserves a room, a very specific room, the jacuzzi suite.
Oh, Jesus.
Imagine going in the jacuzzi at the Wagon Wheel Motel.
Yeah. It's got carpet around it.
Oh, you know it does. Soaking wet, nasty carpet.
50-year-old carpet.
A jacuzzi suite, she books there and pays for it.
Ew.
She puts the reservation in Nathaniel Jackson's name.
Yeah.
So it's his name. Okay. And this is 3 days before he gets out. So obviously he didn't go there and pay for it.
Right.
She did. Okay. Yeah. December 9th, 2001. It's Get Out Day.
Oh, boy.
Nathaniel is released from prison in Grafton, Ohio, about 90 miles northwest of Youngstown.
Right.
Donna Roberts takes her car. It's about an hour and a half trip to pick him up. She picks him up in broad daylight. Yeah. I mean, not hiding anything here.
No.
She drives him back down to the area here. She tells police that she dropped him off at a house on Wirt Street, W-I-R-T Street, Wirt Street, which is a real street on the south side of Youngstown that Robert's car was found 3 blocks away from, as a matter of fact. This is where Nate's friends live. But she tells the cops, I just dropped him off and went home. Uh-huh. But that's not a lie. They went to the Wagon Wheel Motel's jacuzzi suite on December 9th, and had all sorts of disgusting, young man on senior citizen jacuzzi sex.
Yeah.
Which is good for her because it'll keep all of her hips and all of her sore muscles in place, That's
the
good.
jets on the muscles.
Soothe her.
Probably
really
help.
soothe her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they spent the night together. All of that shit. So obviously she was lying to the cops about everything there. Mm-hmm. Then December 10th, 2001, the day before the murder, day after he gets out, they make all sorts of public appearances together.
Really?
They're just going around everywhere together. And they stand out because they are, it's not that they're an interracial couple. Right. That's fine. They're 30 years apart from each other. They
it's an
don't
old white
look like
lady and a young black man.
They don't look like they go together.
Yeah.
They don't look like they go together. Right. It would be like if I was walking around with like a 12-year-old Asian girl. You'd go, what's your connection to this kid?
Yeah.
And they'd arrest me, and it would be rightfully so. It's just weird. So anyway, it's a strange thing here. She says that this is oh, yes, I forgot about him. Just keep remembering. Oh, yeah, him.
Oh, yeah.
So she's seen here 2 days before the murder at a Greyhound bus terminal there, seen kissing and talking with another man right near the terminal before Robert arrived for work. That's on the 10th.
At his job.
At his job, where they own and all the employees know them. Why would she think that this is like so blatant? Openly making out outside of a bus station, which number one is disgusting.
It's trash. Yeah.
That's trash. Yeah. Making out at a bus station?
That's either, I don't know if I'm ever going to see you again, or, oh my God, I can't believe this. I thought I'd never see you again.
Yeah. It's like, ma'am, you get Modern Maturity magazine. You don't do this. This is not modern or mature, what you're doing right now. This is wrong. So they also, the same day, overheard Donna ask Robert for $3,000, which she refused, and that was the day she gave Robert the dirty look and was like trembling and so mad.
Right.
December 11th is the day of the murder. We'll run down late morning, early evening. Donna and Nate continued to be seen around together from the, carrying over from the day before. Witnesses spot them at various spots throughout town during the day. 4:30 p.m., Greyhound bus driver Jim McCoy sees Robert working the terminal. McCoy leaves later on. He drives his bus to the Warren terminal, sees Donna and Nathaniel together. And Nathaniel said to him that we are trying to get out of here. About 6 p.m., Donna and Nate go to the Red Lobster in Niles, Ohio. Shrimp Fest is back, everybody. Let's do it.
Yeah.
The waitress at the Red Lobster will identify both of them. She said, it was the only old white lady, young black man couple I had the whole night. Real easy to remember.
Or really all week. I can't remember the last one, to be honest.
I don't remember the last one, to be honest. I can't even think of a business meeting. They're not in the same, it's a strange thing. Red Lobster, they pay their bill at 6:43 p.m. and leave. Yeah. Donna keeps the receipt. She's nice that she's a bookkeeper. That's what she does.
Yeah.
About 9 a.m., 9 p.m., Robert tells the on-duty security guard at the Youngstown bus terminal that he's leaving for the evening. He says, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm out of there. So he takes off. About 9:30 p.m., a neighbor who lives on Old State Route 82, which is the road near Donna and Robert's house, observes Donna driving her car very slowly past the house alone with no other traffic on the road. Just creeping, checking on it. Which is very weird. Case in the joint here.
Case in her own joint.
Her own joint. And they think that maybe she was waiting for some kind of signal from Nate or just scoping it out because she's curious and stupid. Then 9:45 p.m. through 11:44 p.m., here we go. Now we have cell phone records pulled from the carriers showing that during this 2-hour window between 9:45 p.m. and 11:44 p.m., Donna Roberts' 2 cell phones were calling each other almost constantly.
Oh, really?
She's got 2 phones, yeah. One cell phone was with Donna in her car. The other cell phone was the one that Nate, quote, borrowed from her. Yeah. That's the one that she's public about here. So they were going back and forth. And Donna had lied about that to the cops. Right. He said, I don't know. Nate just must have borrowed my phone. Meanwhile, she was in contact with him over and over and over and over again for a 2-hour period.
Oh, yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah. She said she just went shopping that night. They said, well, what'd you shop for? She said, quote, just normal shopping.
What?
Food, shirts, fucking lawn equipment. What are you shopping for? Yeah, I don't know what that means. The cell tower data, though, says that Donna and Nate were in 2 different locations, both moving, calling each other every few minutes for 2 straight hours over the time when Robert was being murdered in the kitchen.
Wow.
So he's like calling her, being like, yeah, he's not here yet, blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit, here he comes. Oh, his car. I'll call you back when I'm done murdering him. His car's coming into the garage now. And then click, I don't know. Or maybe
he's in the garage now.
Yeah.
Call you right back.
Maybe he called her to let her listen to the murder.
Ooh, gross.
That's possible, too. We don't know. We'll never know. Approximately 11:33 p.m., Donna shows up at the Days Inn in Boardman all by herself. Mm-hmm. She paces around the lobby. The staff remembered her weird, antsy demeanor. Yeah. And then reserves a room for a week. Okay, this is when she reserves a room for a week. Books and prepays for the hotel for 7 days. Timestamp of 11:33 p.m.
Oh.
So, okay. The Days Inn is about 20 minutes south, by the way. Later on, Nate's fingerprints will be lifted from all over the inside of this hotel room. Mm-hmm. And so it's interesting. So it's weird that it's strange. Then after she books the room at 11:33 p.m., she drives the 20 minutes back to her house. And by 12:01, she's found Robert and is on the phone with 911.
Oh.
So that's the timeline. She came from a Days Inn, reserving a room for a week, right to her house to find the body. And she was talking to Nate a million times. Then the police learned that, holy shit, Robert's got $550,000 of life insurance that goes right to fucking Donna.
Uh-oh.
Because at first they're like, yeah, there's motivation, but he doesn't seem to be real on top of her about like affairs and shit. Seems like if she wants to have an affair, she can have one.
She's allowed, yeah.
Or whatever, but you know, wanting to be with a guy is a motivation, but it's, you know, add $550,000 to make a new start with. Now you're talking about a whole different thing now.
A man's dead and you are gifted over $500,000. That's wee.
That's a lot. So then at 3:38 a.m. is the phantom phone call also. The police are still there. The body had been removed, but you know, they're still doing crime scene shit. Monroe picked up the pause on the other end, then the hang up, and that was Donna's cell phone. So they were like, what the fuck? So she's at her brother's house, allegedly sleeping.
Oh.
So they were like, who's calling Donna's house at 3:38 in the morning while they're there processing the murder scene? Mm-hmm. Then they decide, hey, that Days Inn. Since they were there for a few days and we know Nate was there because his fingerprints are everywhere, let's search all around that shit just in case. Just really go through it with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
What they find is they go out in the dumpster and find a treasure trove here. Okay. They get, number one is fingerprints from the inside of the room, which we know about. Also recovered a garbage bag in the dumpster at the motel that came from the room. The bag contains a bottle of peroxide, used bandages and gauze with blood all over them.
Right, what?
That we'll find out later is consistent with Nate Jackson's DNA.
What happened, Nate?
Bandages soaked in his own blood that would be matched to him with a frequency of 1 in 45 quintillion, sorry.
That's 5 billion, trillion? What is that?
That's 5 times that, yeah.
Holy.
Billion, a million, trillion, or million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion.
That's too many.
That's too many.
It's unfathomable. It's so much.
It's unfathomable. Yeah. The planet will be around for 10,000 more years and not many people will not live on it.
That's 1,000 trillion, right?
1,000, yeah.
That's 10,000 trillion.
Yeah, I was going to say that's above
crazy.
that. That would
be
a
crazy number.
That would be what a quadrillion is. This is a quintillion. So they also do testing on Robert's car that they found in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That to determine that the blood on the visor contains a mixture consistent with both Robert Fingerhut and Nate Jackson's DNAs. Now their bloods are intermixed in the same place, which means you were there. That's
You're
not
both
good.
bleeding at the same time together.
Together, on top of each other. Blood recovered from the trunk release of the car indicated a DNA mixture with a major profile consistent with Nate and a minor profile consistent with Robert. Not good.
So mostly his blood, meaning he's bleeding and Rob's
actively.
blood is in it, and he touched something.
He touched the trunk release.
Oh, boy.
So December 20th, no one's in handcuffs yet somehow.
No?
But they're trying to see here because Donna is insisting, I don't know what you're talking about. So they're going to see, okay, Donna, you know what you're talking about. Maybe we can kind of bust them both at the same time.
Yeah.
They decided here that she was a witness, or that she's a suspect, obviously. They have the phone records, letters, all this type of shit. So they say, okay, basically this is either you're going to get a confession or a denial that looks worse. So they asked Donna, will you do something for us, the police, because we want to catch who murdered your husband.
Do something for me.
We are suspecting that guy Nate that you were going out with. So will you do something, call Nate, and we'll record it and try to get him to say incriminating shit.
Yeah.
Now imagine the thoughts dancing in her fucking head when you're asked that. Fuck, okay, I got to call him. I'm trying to save my own ass, but at the same time, I don't really want to incriminate him because then he can incriminate me.
Right.
Fuck, this is
Sharon
a lot.
Stone in Casino, trying to call her friend and corroborate the salad.
Yeah. And then at the same, and then at the same fucking time from all this, like, I don't know, this is just a lot. Like, she's trying to do this, and at the same time, she's got to be thinking, how have they searched everything? Have they read all the letters?
Right.
That's not good. You know what I mean? She's got to be thinking that this
She's
has
gotta
to be
know
a
that
trap
they know
for her too. That's what I mean. It's crazy. So they're like, what the fuck? So they use a controlled call, get the suspect on the line, try to get them to incriminate themselves. She agrees because she has no choice. So they give her a list of specific questions they want them to ask. They want her to ask Nate, basically of what happened that night. Tell me specifics of what happened.
Oh, shit.
I want to know about it, basically. Now,
and don't tip him off that cops are on the phone.
Exactly. But talk
he's
about
going
shit.
to say, fuck you mean, baby.
Yeah. Talk about shit that they've probably discussed in detail sometime in the previous 9 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what's crazy. So, although I don't know how much she's been able to talk to him because there's, they're trying to hide it.
He's not he's going to know, though. He's going to know.
Well, yeah, Donna, the way they put it, the police said that Donna, quote, failed to ask Jackson the critical questions that police had instructed her to ask. She just didn't do what she was told.
You can't do it.
Yeah, she fed him softball questions, and they said she was basically covering for him and also saying shit that kind of was
coded.
Not blatantly, but almost like if he had any inkling that the cops might be there, she was trying to kind of be like tipping him off about it, not to talk.
Well, that's a fucked situation because if she asks him those questions that they want her to ask, he's going to be like, "What are you talking about? You know what happened? We killed him."
Yeah. What the fuck?
And it's going to incriminate her too. That's why she can't ask the questions.
Exactly. She's in a shit mess
this is
right
so
now.
fucked.
She's so fucked. Imagine her heart beating. Oh, sure, I'll call him. And you're calling. And this is like being in the principal's office and telling them to call your mom at work. You know what I mean? This is worse, though.
Yeah. Late 50s. She's going to shit her pants, Jack.
She's going to be pissed. It's very soon anyway.
Yeah.
She'll be shitting her pants soon anyway, but it could happen from this now. December 21st, 2001.
Yeah.
Donna is at home at the murder house at this point.
Yeah.
10 days after. Cops come up and arrest her.
Yeah.
They arrest her for murder. They said she doesn't resist or even seem surprised.
Yeah.
She doesn't go, what? What do you mean? She's like,
yeah.
What took you so long?
Yeah.
And then she did a drag of the cigarette.
Remember when I wrote it down? I'm sorry, guys.
I fucked up. Robert's son, Michael, said, when my father was murdered, we didn't even know about it until after he'd been buried.
What?
She didn't tell. And I'm sorry, the cops should fucking tell them too. If the cops suspect,
if they suspect that,
they got to talk to the rest, next of kin besides the person you think murdered him.
Yeah,
these people,
right?
They weren't notified that he was even dead. Never mind at a funeral.
Yeah, if you've got a suspicion, I guess you tell somebody, and that when they coordinate the funeral or however you're going to dispose of the remains, you probably assume they're going to tell everybody they can to make themselves look less guilty.
I guess. But also, you'd think the cops would want to talk to Michael.
Yeah.
What's the background on this relationship?
This is interesting, yeah.
Like, who the fuck wouldn't call the son to find out, especially when it first happened? You'd want to talk to everybody close to him and find out what's up. You'd think the son would be one of the people. Does he have any business associates he doesn't like he's been talking about?
Look, your mom
does Donna suspicious?
Might not know, but do you know if she's cheating on her? Right.
Exactly. Do you have any suspicions about Donna? Do you think that she's this or whatever the fuck? But they don't even talk to him.
That's fascinating.
He said, when my father was murdered, we didn't even know about it till after he was buried. She put him in a pine box. Didn't even give him a good funeral.
No, she wants to keep all the money.
Fuck. $550,000 in insurance.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. When the detective said, your dad's dead, my first thought was Donna. Okay. So Nate is arrested as well.
Wow.
They raided the Wirt Street house where his friends lived, where he was hiding out. And he had a bandage wrapped around his left index finger, which was obviously injured.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, they find inside this house a piece of a black leather glove.
What?
Okay. There was a piece of the glove they'd find in the house. They found the gloves, but the index finger of the left glove had been torn off, and there was a red substance, there was blood near the tear.
Yeah.
So it had been torn off like that. That's how his finger got hurt.
It probably was the one that was in the trigger, and it probably got wrapped up in an argument or in the fight, in the scuffle.
That's very possible. Yeah. It's on his left hand. I don't know if he's left-handed or not, or whatever it is, but that's possible because there'd have to be something that could like cause that kind of thing. We'll get to it though. It gets weirder here. So this isn't good. She had written about the gloves, and now they found the gloves, fleece-lined black gloves, same ones she bought. Same thing. They're very beautiful, as she put it. Beautiful fleece-lined gloves. Not good. Now, also a ski mask hat. Also, they said it's never been recovered, any ski mask hat. Now, the handcuffs are mentioned in the letters, but they don't appear to have been used during the actual murder. They couldn't find any marks on the wrists or anything like that, probably because Robert fought back too hard for the handcuff plan to work. Yeah. He probably thought he'd pop up, put the gun on him, and said, and he would act like he was getting arrested. Yeah, put your hands behind your back and I'm going to cuff you. And Robert said, we're in my garage. You're not a cop. I'm fighting you. Fuck you. So they also have the receipt that Donna mailed to him in prison because he has the receipt for the gloves.
Yeah.
They also found a pair of sneakers that match size and tread pattern perfectly to the footprints in the house and the blood.
Oh, no.
Remember those footprints?
Yeah.
That's not good. So they bring Nate in and sit him down. Okay, Nate, you've been out of jail 12 days, you fucking idiot.
Less than a fortnight, man. How did you do it?
You've already banged an old lady and killed a guy. It's been a busy week for you.
You've been in a jacuzzi tub.
Yeah, and the 50 whatever is not an old lady, but when you're 27, anybody over 35 is an old lady.
It's fascinating.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody over 40 is like ancient when you're in your 20s.
Certainly a thought, yeah.
Yeah. So during Nate's interrogation here, he said that he and Robert had known each other for a couple of years.
Okay.
His first words when they sat him down was, quote, I just didn't mean to do it, man.
Oh, boy.
That's not good.
No.
Do what, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't mean to do it. He kept saying that. Just didn't mean to do it, man. Just didn't mean to do it. They said, so you knew Robert? He said, yeah, we knew each other for a couple of years. And they said, well, when's the last time you saw him? Yeah. And he said, the day he got killed on the 11th.
Uh-oh.
But earlier in the day. I didn't see him late. Yeah. No, earlier than that.
Oh.
I sold him some weed earlier that day.
Oh.
So it's like you got out of jail on the 9th, and by the 11th, you had
already got a racket going?
You've already got enough weed to sell? Like, you've already gathered up, a distribution amount of weed here? Yeah. What's going on? He said that Robert had given him a ride back to Robert's own house so Nate could, quote, chill before he started a job at the bus terminal the next day.
Okay.
Now, like we said, Robert is known to hire ex-convicts.
True, yeah.
And everyone knows that. So that's Nate's story is I was hanging out with Robert because he was going to hire me. So he brought me to his own house to chill.
To chill?
To chill.
Yeah.
Well, wait for the next day. He said once they got inside, Robert started yelling at him and throwing racial slurs at him like crazy. Wouldn't stop dropping the N-word on him.
Called me lazy. Yeah.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Yeah, but
amongst other letters. And this, by the way, everybody says Robert's never used a racial slur in his life because he's not. His son said he's the least prejudiced person you're ever going to meet. That's just not what he's about.
He goes
the opposite way.
Yeah.
Well, he goes the opposite way. He tries to take people in, basically, and whatever. So, and also a bunch of other disparaging things. He said, then Robert pulled a revolver on him.
Oh.
It's not enough that I call you the N-word. I need to point a gun in your face, too. So he pulled a revolver on him, and he said there was a struggle for the revolver, and that's how Nate's finger got fucked up. He got shot in the finger during the struggle.
Oh.
Yeah. So Nate said he wrestled the gun away from Robert, and Nate shot Robert twice during the tussle, as he put it. Yeah. Though he wasn't sure where and he wasn't sure where he shot Robert, and he didn't know whether Robert was still breathing when Nate ran out and took Robert's car and took off.
I mean, you shoot somebody in the top of the head, they're not breathing.
Nope, that's a bad story. First of all, he said he only shot him twice. Right. He shot him three times. And where'd the second gun come from?
Right.
That's the other thing. Where'd the
Yeah, that means you brought a gun as a guy that just got out of prison.
Yep, you had a firearm after you've been down for a felony. So that's not, and you were selling weed with a firearm too, which is even more charges. So
I would like to say I did not murder a man, but I could have, and I was selling weed.
And I was selling weed because I did have a gun. And it was in his house, but he said he was still breathing when he left, which probably is not true, judging by the shot to the head.
Yeah, there's no way.
So this is the finger that's fucked up as the missing glove finger. It's all in there. And the glove has his blood in it. It all matches up there. So what's wrong with Nate's story here? Well, number one, 3 shots, not twice. Right. Okay. Second, the bullets were fired from a different gun than the .38 found by the body. That was a fully loaded revolver found next to Robert's body. So Robert never pulled a revolver, or even if he did, he certainly never got a chance to use it. Exactly. Yep. Third, how would Robert have shot Nate in the finger with a gun that was found unfired?
Right.
How does that work? The bullet that hit Nate's finger probably came from the same gun that killed Robert, meaning it was Nate's own gun. Nate either accidentally shot himself during the assault or shot through the glove while attacking Robert.
That's probably true.
That's very easily could happen if he's wrestling around with it. And Also, Nate had spent the previous 3 months writing letters and saying he was going to murder Robert as soon as he got out. So that's not good here. And and why would he need a ski mask? That makes no sense.
Right. What do you need that if you're about to murder a man?
Yeah, and also the saying he had approached Robert about getting a job at the Youngstown bus terminal.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, we know that he hires recently released felons, but he's going to ask his girlfriend's husband for a job? That seems risky.
Yeah.
That seems very
And
odd.
bring a gun to do it?
And bring a gun to do it, just in case the interview. I've never had an interview go that bad for a job. Or I had to pull steel at the end of that shit and be like, what's up, mother? No, I'm backing out. You fucking stay where you're sitting. I'm backing out of here.
$7.25 an hour.
And I have fucking failed plenty of interviews. I'm not going any lower, bitch. No, I will not clean the oil that we fry shit in. No, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
So Nate is asked at this point, hey, this is self-defense? And Nate's like, absolutely, total self-defense. And they said, do us a favor. We're going to videotape it. I'd like you to, this is just audio recorded.
Yeah.
We'd like to do a videotape.
Okay.
You should let us know what's going on
Let's do it again.
Nate pauses and said that, I'm through talking.
I'm done.
And then said, this is amazing. I don't have time to just keep going over this over and over again. I don't have time. Where the fuck do you have to be? You just confessed to killing a man, whether in self-defense or not. You're going to be here for quite a while.
I got
your
shit
schedule
to do.
is not important. Yeah. So this is interesting. Now, this is from the newspaper. They say, in the midst of a long and rambling statement on videotape, Jackson says, quote, I talked to a lawyer or something. then later says, we just sum it up like I said, man. When I talk to my lawyer, man, you're going to know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right. So that's what he says. Now, under the Fifth Amendment, though, you must clearly ask for, you can't just mention the word lawyer. We see this all the time where people try to get out of statements by saying, I said maybe I need a lawyer.
Right.
Well, that's not, I won't answer questions without my lawyer. Yeah, right. I want a lawyer, you have to say. Not answering any more questions. It has to be very clear. So the officers just continued to ask questions, and he continued to answer them.
Right.
And making himself look incredibly guilty. Now, you have two people that look real fucking guilty at this point. Very bad. They're going to have both go to trial, by the way.
Oh.
Which is crazy. And neither of them are talking. Neither of them are flipping on each other. Neither of them are making a deal. They say they have enough evidence where they don't want to make a deal with either one of them.
We don't need a deal.
Unless you want to just plead guilty to everything and get the maximum, we're not making any deal with you.
Right.
Basically.
If you just want to get life in prison, we'll take the death penalty off the table, then go ahead.
Yeah. But they don't want to do that because they want the death penalty on the table.
They do.
They do. So both of them are charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder. Here. Both counts contain 2 specifications pursuant to the law here. One charging aggravated murder during the commission of an aggravated burglary. One charging aggravated murder during the commission of an aggravated robbery.
Took the car.
Death penalty shit.
Yeah.
And plain and simple.
Yeah.
So the state's strategy at trial for Nate's trial is first, is show the letters. Because with him, they have DNA that he was there. They have everything. So
he can't believe they got the DNA. It's shocking.
No. Show the letters. Let them hear all the jail recordings. Let them watch the videotape. Let them listen to the confession from the interrogation. Present DNA. Show them fingerprint evidence. It's like every form of evidence from like the beginning of time until modern times. They have everything from witnesses showing where they were to DNA placing them within a quintillion of what the fuck, of people there are.
Also, here's a confession of a man saying he's going to that he murdered a man, and here's a letter from the day before saying he's going to go murder this man.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it so we can be together. So they also present Donna's statements.
Yeah.
Saying that she barely remembered him and all that kind of shit. So they said this is bullshit, and the prosecution says that Nate, in writing, says he was going to come to the house and shoot Robert in the fucking head.
Right.
In writing, he said that. And then he came to the house, and guess what he did?
He shot that man in the fucking head.
In the fucking head.
Yeah.
The defense is just self-defense. That's what they say. They put out the videotape statement. They argue that Nate's whole shit here, while it doesn't look good, the letters that he was sending from jail, they don't look great. But they're just the venting of a frustrated lover. They don't actually represent a plan. They're just wishful thinking.
It's a man that's just frustrated, James.
Never mind the fact that the plan actually happened and he's covered in DNA. That doesn't matter.
Calm down. He's a very frustrated man.
Lover, not man. Lover.
Right.
Yeah, frustrated lover. They argue that the planning conversations were mostly Donna's idea, and Nate was more or less going along to satisfy her, which if you listen to the recordings, it's kind of the opposite.
Right.
She seems involved, but he seems like, I can't wait to do this, and she's like not wanting to talk about it on the phone.
Baby, just calm down. I got this, man. Calm down.
So they emphasize that Nate was the one who got physically wounded, the finger injury, and that the timing of the killing, rather than at some remote location with a trunk and handcuffs, suggests the plan wasn't the plan, and Nate was just reacting in the moment. They said that they might have made all these plans, but that's not the plan that came to fruition. They didn't say, I'm going to get shot in the finger and then I'm going to shoot this guy and run away. That's not the plan. So it's obvious. Now, the state's response is, who fucking cares?
Yeah, sometimes plans get fucked up.
Letters, DNA mixed together, intermingling.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. They said, even if you believe every word of the defense, believe him. They said, go ahead, believe every word that the original plan changed and there was a struggle in the house. Nate still came into Robert's home.
Yes.
The husband of the woman he's having an affair with, armed, while Robert was not home and waited for him to come home. He was lying in wait for a man to come in the goddamn door. They said that by himself, with the gun, with the gloves, with the letters, that's aggravated burglary right there, if no one dies. They said, and killing Robert in the course of an aggravated burglary is felony murder. Felony murder with prior calculation and design is a capital aggravated murder.
Ooh.
This is a death penalty case, and fuck him is what they say. So that's what they present, all of the evidence that we just told you.
Yeah.
The verdict comes in here. He is found guilty of aggravated murder with both death penalty specifications.
Yeah.
Everything. Just cleared the boards there. Yeah. During sentencing, doesn't help much either. Not a lot of mitigating here. They say, you, sir, may fuck off. Death penalty for Nate. They give him the death penalty. Now they bring Donna up.
Uh-oh.
Very few women in their late 50s get sentenced to death.
True.
This just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We generally, as a society, don't look at a woman with, beginning stages of osteoporosis and say, she's a threat to society forever. We need to kill her.
Activia.
Yeah, this lady writes down whatever Jamie Lee Curtis tells her makes her poop better. She's like, what's that? That's a lot. So
say again, Jamie.
Say again, because I'm getting lady. Some post-menopause, I got to tell you, really.
Yeah.
So Donna's trial, exact same charges.
Yeah.
Everything's the same.
Oh, she's going to go to trial.
She's going to trial. She asks for a change of venue.
Begging.
Because of not only all the publicity from the case, but then Nate's trial just happened there too. So anyone who didn't hear about it before, they certainly know about it now.
Right.
And the judge goes, I don't think so. I think we're good here.
I think we'll hang,
Yep. And it's, by the way, the same judge that did Nate's case. So we know what his predilection is for here. So, okay. First of all, how crazy is Donna? Well, let's find out how crazy Donna is. All right. This is Michael Fingerhut, the son.
The son. Yeah.
Mikey Fingers over here, they call him in the mob. So Mikey Fingers here, Robert's son, this poor guy. Jesus Christ. He didn't even know that's horrifying.
He didn't even get to lay his father to rest. It's so fucked.
He didn't even get to see him go in the ground. He didn't get to put him in a decent coffin.
Didn't even know until they
didn't even know he was dead.
Him. Yeah.
Wow. He said that Donna Roberts was, quote, evil and manipulative. He said during the trial, he was there. Donna talked to him, turned around to talk to Michael, and pointed out the news media in the courtroom, looked at Robert. Not only the news media, but everybody else that was in the courtroom and the whole gallery looked at Robert's son, Michael, and said, they're all here for me, Michael.
Yeah.
To support me, she put it.
They're all here to support me. Why aren't you?
So Michael said that he looked at her and said, they're all here for me. That's who all these people are here for. Yeah. The victim, not you, stupid. Right. Because she's like, all these people here to watch, they're all here for me. No. They're here to make sure you go to jail forever, you fucking idiot. But that's how crazy she is.
Jeez,
she looked to the victim's son and said, they're all here for me, Michael. What kind of a sick lunatic says that?
Delusional,
narcissistic
really,
maniac. And he said, I've known her for 40 fucking years. She's a psychopath. I know her. She's nuts. He said in like 2020. He's like, she's a fucking whack job. So there's also a motion to suppress the evidence.
Oh?
Because she said it was okay to search. She argues that the police exceeded the scope of her consent to search the home during the investigation of the murder, and that the trial court erred in failing to suppress her letters to Jackson, which she wanted suppressed, and they're not. Here, they're doing that. They were originally let in. She's appealing that thing, the pretrial admissions.
I don't want the conversation between me and a convicted murderer in my trial.
I mean, that sounds bad, right?
Yeah.
She contends that a reasonable person would have believed that the police would be searching her house, but not a vehicle in the garage that was not at her home at the time of the offense. So that car, she's saying that car wasn't even there when the murder happened.
Yeah.
She drove up later, so why would the cops search that car during a search of the property?
Because it's here now.
And that's where they found the bag, which is I got to give her a lawyer credit. It's a clever
It's not bad. It's a
attempt.
good swing, yeah.
It's something. It's better than just, it's not fair. You know what I mean? It's something. But they said, I don't think so. That's ridiculous. The state presents several witnesses who testify that Donna clearly and directly gave police open-ended consent to search the premises. I don't care. Get that bastard that killed my robber, is what she said, then signed all the paperwork.
She didn't know they were going to do it. She did not expect them to get in that car.
No. Fuck no. Yeah.
Go ahead. Search my house. It's not in there anyway.
Several officers testified that they heard, do whatever you have to do to catch the bastard. All sorts of. Another detective said she heard her say, I don't care what you have to do. I want you to get the person that did this to my Robert. To my Robert. Quote, whatever you have to do, search the whole place. Just find the guy. This doesn't sound like she's limiting their search in any way. Search here, but not there. Yeah. And also, he further testified that Donna gave him permission to look anywhere on the property to find clues to her who murdered her husband.
Yeah.
Robert's brother also testified. He said that his sister, Donna's brother, Roberts' brother, not Robert's brother. Yeah. God, that's confusing. You have no idea how confusing this was to put together.
This is a nightmare.
Her brother testified, stating that his sister was very cooperative with police and did not rebuff them in any way. According to the brother, when police told her they wanted to search through the house for clues, by the way, he thinks he's helping her by saying, oh, she was cooperative with the police. No. They said, well, what did she say to police? And the brother said, she said, do what you got to do. So even her own brother fucks her there.
She said, go ahead and search everything.
I mean, yeah, she said, just do what you got to do. Really. I mean, tear it apart. If there's a bag with anybody's name on it, look in it. Read everything, please. So, the particular one, her excuse for the ASAP Amen letter here.
Yeah.
Oof. Good God, do whatever. It's a lot. So, the defense team tried to argue that this passage was figurative.
Oh,
this wasn't literally.
No,
it was venting, hyperbole. They said it's all just silly. The kind of thing anybody might say about an annoying ex.
Yeah,
murder him ASAP. Is that amen?
Yeah.
So the defense, it's their turn, and they pull a Corey Richins, Lori Vallow. They call 0 witnesses. Defense fucking rests. Who are they gonna call?
You didn't prove nothing.
Nope, and that's what they tried to do. Unless you call Donna, you got nobody to talk to. Even her own brother fucked her and told the truth. So they put on no defense, no case, no argument. I mean, they do cross-examination on everybody. Don't get me wrong, but they don't present any case. Nope, they don't call any experts. They don't put Donna on the stand, and it goes to the verdict. It goes to the jury. What are they going to say here, you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They find her fucking guilty of everything.
Yeah.
All the charges. Sentencing comes along, and there is all the aggravating factors that they put forth, which are too numerous to list off here, and I won't even bother listing them. You guys understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Then there's the mitigation part of the hearing.
What do they got?
If you don't know, that's her turn to come out and say, I'm such a great person that you don't want to kill me.
Yeah, don't kill me.
In society. Please don't kill me. She says, I'm not giving a fucking thing of mitigation. Fuck you people.
What?
Yeah. She says, I want the death penalty. Eat shit. That's what she tells them, essentially.
Oh, she's trying to challenge them.
She told, I don't want the lawyers. She told her lawyers and the court, I don't want them putting anything on that might convince the jury not to kill me.
Okay.
I don't want any mitigation. So the trial court has to hold a competency hearing to make sure she's not nuts when she does this. They want to make sure she understands what she's doing. The judge explains the purpose of mitigating and the consequences of waiving it. You know, it's all the prosecution's shit at that point. The trial counsel describes for the judge what evidence could be presented if Donna allowed it. This is what we have. Her family, people who love her, saying she's a nice person, all this shit. And then, you know, she can sit there. They can dress her in a grandmotherly outfit.
Yeah.
You know, say all sorts of nice things about her. She bakes cookies and all that shit. No one's going to kill her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The counsel also notes, for the record, they personally and professionally disagree with Donna's decision to waive her right to mitigation, but they believe she's mentally competent to make it, and it's her right. So they bring in a psychiatrist, Dr. Thomas Eberly, and he evaluates Donna. He concludes that Donna's decision to forego mitigation was rationally made. Might not be a rational decision, but it was made with rational thought.
Sure.
He finds no psychiatric or psychological abnormality that would impair her capacity to make the decision. She's competent, knows what she's doing. The court has to allow it. The judge asked her directly, do you understand that by waiving the presentation of mitigating evidence, this jury has very little to go on in coming up with anything other than the death penalty? You get that, right?
Yeah.
She said, quote, that is what I hope for. I know what I'm doing and I know why. Thank you for asking.
I appreciate
I love the little... Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I don't want any soda, but thank you for asking. That's hilarious.
I appreciate your offer. I'll take the murder, please.
Wow. There is an unsworn statement she'd like to make.
Yeah?
Okay. Most of the time, this would be to ask for remorse, show remorse, ask for mercy, do all that kind of shit. Even to talk to her family, to their family, to say they're sorry, whatever the fuck it is. Donna uses her unsworn statement to speak for over an hour.
What?
Number one, which is a long time to
Headline
speak.
set.
Headline set in court. This is fucking amazing. Now during her hour-long speech, she presents nothing of any mitigating evidence, spends the time complaining about the media coverage, how people have treated her, and just basically she's trying to right all the social wrongs she believes have happened to her over the course of this. She spent time criticizing the news media coverage, criticizing the jurors.
Oh, and...
who, by the way, is their decision to decide. I mean, the judge eventually has to agree with them, but they're going to recommend a sentence here.
They're going to murder you, lady.
She called them young, inexperienced people who don't read newspapers or watch the news.
Outstanding.
She said they're a bunch of dummies and they're too young. Like your boyfriend reads the news or newspapers. He's in his 20s. What are you talking about?
Yeah, these people are older than him, right?
Yeah, we got a jury of your boyfriend's peers here for you. That's what are we talking about? It's a jury of his peers. Not yours, because, they'd have a hard time staying awake for the whole thing, honestly. They need a little nap during the day.
They're home watching Perry Mason.
It's about Perry Mason's on. That's what's going on. So she also, in addition to shit-talking the jurors, which I've never seen before.
That's crazy.
In this situation. Usually they leave the jury out of it. Then also frequently referred to her wealth.
What?
Kept bringing up her wealth, talking about how she had 52 charge cards and she had all this money.
Charge cards came up.
Dude, she's just like doing everything to make the jury possibly hate her. Let me show you how rich I am. Let me call you young and experienced morons. Let me talk shit about everybody.
She brought up 52 charge cards.
She did. This is her please don't kill me.
Yeah.
I'm rich.
I've got a belt on D&G.
Wow, yeah. She also used the time to berate one of the prosecution witnesses, Frank Reynolds, who's a bus terminal employee who saw her with Nate and overheard her ask Robert for $3,000 on February 10th.
Yeah.
She took offense at his testimony about her social standing. That's what she was mad at. How dare you act like I don't have access to $3,000. I'm wealthy. I have 52 charge cards. I don't need his $3,000.
Frank Reynolds is DeVito's character name in It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny. Absolutely. Well, he works at a bus station in Youngstown. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. So then she tells the jury this, quote, I will not provide any mitigating evidence.
I will not.
You are bound by law to give me one sentence, the death penalty. You have no other choice. That is what I'm asking you to do because that is the right thing to do. And then she sits down.
By law.
By law. The judge.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, the judge noted in his sentencing that he also detected self-promotion in her hour-long statement to jurors. She thought this is like fucking TikTok for her. Like this is Instagram. Look what I got.
She's going to throw her weight around this room. 52 charge cards.
52. She said also that she frequently referred to her wealth. One witness Wow. Also, the judge said that you berated a witness for just being a witness. Right. They just saw something and you berated him for it. And he also says, it seems these mischaracterizations of her social status were more upsetting to Roberts than the guilty verdict against her for complicity to commit murder. You, ma'am, may fuck off and death penalty for you too. Enjoy.
She got it.
There you go. She's the first woman to be sentenced to death in Trumbull County in modern history.
Ever.
Whatever the fuck that means. Yeah. Wow. So her and Nate both going to death row. Wow. Now, in prison, he was at the Mansfield Correctional Institute, later the Chillicothe Correctional Institute. She was sent to the Ohio Reformatory for Women in Marysville, Ohio, and they were never allowed to communicate after that. So they never saw each other, heard from each other again. Now, she appeals.
Really?
Okay. Now, they affirm her convictions for aggravated murder, aggravated burglary, and aggravated robbery here. But they're saying her own defense lawyer would explain to the Ohio Supreme Court later that Donna had a martyr complex. Okay. She's a martyr. She's one of these. They said that the Lantern, the student newspaper at Ohio State, would report that Donna told the court she wanted the death penalty as a matter of racial parity.
What?
As a means of proving racial injustice, because as a white Jewish woman, converted, as a white Jewish woman, she expected the same punishment as her black accomplice, as my young black accomplice. That's right. I should get the same thing.
All right.
And you can choose me to do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
So they ordered that the trial judge on remand to afford Roberts her right to allocute and to personally review and evaluate evidence, weigh aggravating circumstances against any relevant mitigating sentences or circumstances, and evidence anew determine anew the appropriateness of the death penalty. And they find that they overturn the death penalty.
Really?
They overturned the death penalty on her, saying that it wasn't the jury didn't get to properly weigh aggravating and mitigating. But then anybody could just do that and get their sentence overturned. That's the point. That's crazy. She didn't want to mitigate shit. She said that. She went up there and made an asshole out of herself instead.
Well, she did it because she had a martyr complex at the time. Yeah. She wanted to show that white Jewish ladies can go to jail same as black guys.
Can get the needle the same as black guys. 2007. She's the only woman on Ohio's death row, by the way.
Oh.
Just hanging out. She's allowed out of her cell from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then from 4:30 to 5:30, which is actually more than most death rows let out.
It's usually 23 hours lockdown.
That's right. She remained on death row even after the court vacated her sentence and ordered a new sentencing. They say that... they said now all of a sudden, too, she's saying that she had mental problems, and this is mitigating circumstances. Now she puts in court documents and in hearings comments about how she was sexually abused by a cousin and lived in a very, very abusive home on a farm and later suffered mental injuries in multiple car crashes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Bouncing off things. Every car she's in bounces off shit.
Multiple head injuries. I was very abused, and my cousin molested me. So, abused me. I think they were the same age because she said sexually abused, not molested. So
they're important. Those are
similar age.
Some important information.
None of that makes you kill a man when you're 57. I don't think.
Are you sure?
No. Michael, the son, Robert's son, said, in the nearly 40 years I've known Donna, it's never come up, meaning the sexual assaults. And it's like, but you wouldn't tell your stepson that your cousin molested you when you were 9, probably. But you'd probably tell him about abuse or head injuries that you've had over the course of your life.
In the 40 years that he's known her, has her car bounced off shit a lot?
Well, no, he said, that's the other thing. She said she suffered a head injury in a 1999 car accident. But Michael said between the time of the accident and the murder, she never claimed a head injury. She never went to the hospital for it. She never said she had a head injury. She didn't tell anybody about it. By the 2007 hearing, she claimed the taped conversations between her and Jackson, now she has new excuses for those, were, quote, just my imagination.
What?
Just my imagination. That's right. That's all it is.
If it's your imagination, then it's my imagination because it fucking exists.
Well, no. And also, the things not only were they my imagination, they were stories I was writing.
What?
Now she's pulling a Corey Richin saying the walk the dog letter was just a story. She said this is a story, quote, like the one she'd written while she was in school.
Oh, boy.
Just fantasy writings. And that she never meant for anything bad to happen. Now, on remand, the trial court afforded her right to allocution. And 1 week later, after asking her whether she had anything further to say and hearing an argument from the defense counsel, they say, you, ma'am, may fuck off, a death penalty again.
Hang on to it.
You got that for you. Go put that in your pocket for later. Yeah, that's good. You're going to need that later. 2013, appeals again, obviously. She
doesn't like this at all.
Concluding that the court failed to consider her allocution in determining her sentence during the proceeding on remand. Yeah. So they vacate the death sentence again and put her back for resentencing. 2014, she's back in court. The judge hears arguments on the defense motion. He denies the motion on the grounds that the instructions in this case regarding the proceedings on remand precluded granting the motion and that he had already considered and rejected Roberts' arguments. It's not that we didn't listen. We just already heard that and said, no.
You already brought this to us.
It's not new shit.
Yeah.
He then said he carefully reviewed the court record, the guilt and penalty phases of the trial, and he announced that he had, quote, given no deference to the prior decisions of the original trial judge.
Yeah.
And outweighed that and announced that the aggravating circumstances outweigh the mitigating circumstances by proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
And that he incorporated these findings into a sentencing opinion and says, you, ma'am, may fuck off, death penalty again. Keep getting it. Now, on the night Nate was arrested, he's appealing based on something too.
What?
The night he was arrested, he was advised of his Miranda rights on the ride to the jail. Then they said, without being questioned, he denied killing anyone and asked whether he had the right to an attorney at any time. They told him, yes, we told you your rights. At the jail, a short while after questioning began, Jackson agreed to allow police to videotape his statement. He did not ask for a lawyer and declined to answer questions. He just said a couple things, but then kept talking. As the videotape began, the detectives informed him of his rights and gave him a waiver of rights form, which he signed on camera. On the tape, he claimed that he did not mean to kill Robert and essentially claimed he had acted in self-defense. They said, in making his arguments to the trial court to suppress his statement to police, Jackson maintained the police persisted in questioning him, even though he asserted several times his rights to say nothing and have an attorney present. Although he admitted signing the waiver, he claimed that no one had read him his rights beforehand. Meanwhile, it's on camera.
Right.
They said in the midst of a long and rambling statement, he said, I talked to a lawyer or something. We just sum it up like I said, man. When I talk to my lawyer, man, you know what I'm saying? That's not asking for a lawyer.
No.
They said under the Fifth Amendment, you must clearly ask for a lawyer. 2017, Donna, Ohio Supreme Court affirms her death sentence 6-1. 2018, the U.S. Supreme Court denies to hear about it. Okay. So she's technically scheduled for execution, but Ohio's executions have been on moratorium for years due to the unavailability of lethal injection drugs. And this isn't fucking Louisiana. They don't just go, get whatever runs that weed whacker, we'll stick that into him. That's not, they actually have to
slam his nuts in a sliding door till he dies.
Fine. He'll die eventually. 2021, Donna files a federal habeas corpus petition in the U.S. District Court for the District of Northern Ohio, asserting 15 grounds for relief. Death sentence stands again.
When is she going to stop?
2024, the Sixth Circuit Court vacates Nate's sentence.
Really?
Okay. May 2025, judge rules in favor of Donna's habeas petition. Donna's death sentence is once again in jeopardy of being vacated. Now, as they both face resentencing hearings, both of them have been vacated. As of right now, if you look up their current Department of Corrections Ohio thing, they both say they're in for life without parole and life are their two sentences.
Okay.
What both of them say. So right now, they are both
life without
not up for
not
the death penalty, but they could have it reinstated.
Okay.
And Donna is now in her 80s. 80s, guys. 80s.
I don't want that to happen.
No, we can't execute an 85-year-old lady. We can't.
I don't want that to happen at all.
Nobody wants anything like that. We'll just wait a little while. She'll keel over while fucking getting a doily.
Yeah, it's coming. Don't worry.
It's going to happen. She's the only woman on Ohio's death row still.
Yeah. I never oh, my God, because somebody's got to witness that. You don't want to see that.
Nobody wants to watch a very old lady get murdered.
I mean, getting the needle in is going to be real easy, but
or hard.
Oh, you might tear that arm apart.
Yeah, you might have to rip it up. Wow. So in the media, in the years since the convictions here, the case has been featured on Deadly Women.
Jesus.
Also snapped killer couples.
Yeah, because she's a woman.
Yeah. Calls from the Inside, season 2, and For My Man.
Yeah.
Those are the names of the things that have been in. Nathaniel, like we said,
he's in his 50s.
He's born in 72. So, he's going to be 54 years old at this point.
Lord.
He is in the Ross Correctional Institution currently. And he is A440891 is his number. Yeah. Donna is WO55276, and she is in the Ohio Reformatory for Women. That, everybody, is Howland Township, Ohio. And one crazy goddamn batshit bonker story.
That woman's 82, James.
Yeah, she's 82. I think we'll just say, just life without. Well, how much more time are we talking here?
It's not much longer.
Let's not waste money on all these appeals. She's going to be dead in the middle of these appeals. Who cares?
She might be dead tomorrow.
Any minute she could drop dead. She's in her 80s, for Christ's sake. So there you go. If you like that episode, do us a favor. Get on whatever app you're listening on. Give us 5 stars. It helps tremendously when you do that. So thank you for doing that, honestly, everybody. Do that, please. Definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows, people. Let's do it. Yeah. Looks like Royal Oak has sold out in Detroit. Yeah. So May 29th and May 30th, Buffalo, Royal Oak, both sold out. Thank you, everybody. You're fucking awesome. Let's keep that sellout train going. September 18th, Milwaukee at the Paps. By the way, not a ton of tickets left for that. Very few, and the Paps is a nice place. Venue. You want to go there. The 19th in Minneapolis. Get your asses in there right now.
Let's go.
Minneapolis. Yeah. Buy those tickets. Don't let Milwaukee embarrass you, really. Dallas on October 3rd. Dallas, big theater there, too.
Is that the Texas Theater, or is it bigger?
I think it might be. I think it's I'm not sure.
I think it's the Majestic.
The Majestic. That's where we're at. Yes.
It's amazing.
The 16th in San Jose, October 17th in Sacramento, and then November 13th and 14th in Terrytown, New York, and Boston. So catch us there. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Follow on social media. We are at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook. So get in there. Definitely do all of that, and definitely get Patreon. That's what you need. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports is where you get all the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get everything we put out. As soon as you subscribe, you're going to get almost 400 back bonus episodes you've never heard before, then new ones every other week. So that is including this week, which you get for Crime and Sports. We're going to talk about that weird Christian television power team that was around in the 90s where they would like bench press 400 pounds and then go, "Thank you, Jesus!" And like the brains would be popping out of their heads and they were ripping phone books and shit. It's crazy. And then later on, of course, the guy who ran it got into some trouble and then the whole thing fell apart, obviously. Then for Small Town Murder, Internet Salad Time. We're going to go around the internet. We're going to find everything that's going on in the world that has nothing to do with politics, though, because we feel like you probably hear enough of that shit. So we're going to go and we're going to find all the silly shit that doesn't matter and we're going to make fun of it. That's all. Yeah. It's a fun day. Can't wait for you guys to do that. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. And in addition to that, you get a shout out. First you get everything we put out, all ad free as well. Everything we put out, all the shows. Then, in addition to that, you get a shout out, which is right now, Jimmy. Hit me with the names of the most wonderful, wonderful people in the world who would never, ever stand up and beg for the death penalty while yelling at the jurors. They're not that stupid. Our listeners are smart. Jimmy, hit me with them right fucking now.
This was executive producer Gary Howard in Livingston, Texas. Simon Shedd over there in England. It's his birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Simon. Simon so and Jordan. Nice. We miss you over here on this side of the pond. Yeah, it's been long. Been too long.
Winter Steinway as well. Thank you all so much for everything you do. Other producers this week, Peyton Meadows, Monsignor. It's his birthday as well. Happy birthday.
Jesus, from the other side of the pond. Another friend from over there.
He's going to come over to Terrytown, for Christ's sake. That's going to be wild. Yeah.
We'll have to show him a good time after the show. Yeah. He's been a fan since like the second Crime and Sports episode. So
go have drinks with this man.
We got to put one back with him.
Scott Richard or Richard. He's in Maricopa. Arizona. That's
tough. Poor bastard. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Happy hours in Sedalia, Missouri this week. Good for you, buddy.
How about that?
That's good to watch out for tornadoes. Huh? Janice Hill, Penny Boyce, Desmond Thorne. Yeah, she's great. She's
always on there. Thank you, Janice Hill.
Claire Tiscornia. Yeah.
Teixeira? The old Yankee first baseman? No.
Tiscornia.
Okay.
Becky Kinsling, Elliot Botello, Jason Huson, Maritza Hoviner, Athena Ray, Elijah Glazer, Andrew Hagland, Angie Hines, Beef Baby Boy. Yeah.
Beef Baby Boy.
Sarah Carlton, Shona Young, Joseph Hardigan, Lou with no last name, Elliot Clark, Shock Jello, Jojo O'Sullivan, Dominic Cheney, it's not Cheney, that's two E's, Marianne Bangzo, good for you, Betty Costello, Jennifer Kukin, Janae CB, Jim Heath, Susie Q. Carls, Ella with no last name, Mariella Formachoni, and then also, she got two. Yeah, that's two patrons for Mariella Formachoni. The Coney, perhaps. Germinder, Rhonda Hawa. Yep. Jeanette What is it?
Say Ron Howard? What was that?
No, Germinder. Rhonda Hawa.
Rhonda Hawa. I thought you said Ron Howard. I was like,
what? Maybe that's what it is. In another
Ron
language.
Howard's Patreon? Wow, not bad.
Jeanette Midland, Jordan Josselson, Katie Zolo, Tasha Knight, Ann Perry, Leslie Rowland, Skip with no last name, Amy T, Elijah or Alicia, Irahita, Haley Kurtner, Cameron Bullard, Gregory Baracci, Michelle Tallarico, Larissa Gilmore, Joy Ritter, Huizinga, Private Butters. Yeah, probably not a person. Mikey Indigo,
South Park,
Nate
Private
Zodi, Narisa Milo Hobb, T Money, Oscar Borg, Elizabeth with no last name, Jennifer Squire, Gianessa with no last name, Ted Fred Bread, Danielle Christensen, Brooks Patterson, Krista Rittinger, Amanda S., Brooke Crowley, Lex Lucifer, Amy Schrauf, Brenna Kromka, Laura with no last name, Casey Hunley, Melanie Cronin, Nikki with no last name, Alex with no last name, Hope Llewellyn, Lou Allen, Jennifer Simpson, Karen Coraver, Stephanie with no last name, Melissa Spittle, Damian Siegler, Jacqueline Lamar, Aaron Miller, Soggy Head of Lettuce, Tiffany Ham, Christy Piatella, Joe Mama. Probably not a real person.
Well, you never know, Jimmy. I mean, honestly.
Lance, Nigel, Williams, Croy, Aloysius, Pockets, Roasty, Shins. I don't know what that means. It's a bunch of words. Susan with no last name. Dawn Livingston. Sarah Small. Chris Rouse. Susan Jareen. Max with no last name. Chris O'Mara. Wyatt Wade. Gail Briggs. Dom the Blind. Oh, that's Dom. Maddie G. Joe with no last name. Christina Benjamin. Michelle Derringer. Annie with no last name. Tara with no last name. John Perkins. Heather with no last name. Cora Jane. 3 Rats in a Trench Coat. John Bella. Aaron Arnold. Tammy with no last name, Erica Collins, Jessica Freeman, Aaron Hardman, Denise McLeod, Sarah Lundgren, Anna Russell with no last name. Randy with no last name. Anna's last name is Russell. That's true. Holly T, Kayla Abert, Zachary Cannon, Susan Surf, Sunshine with no E, Witt, Brendan Gauze.
Yeah.
Brad Warren, Chelsea Ball, Kara Brigham, Kelly McKenzie, Madeline Fahey, Rachel Hayes, Doug Griffey, Jessica Ward, Leslie Battler, Kelsey Scherzinger, Andrea Leonardo, Megan Farrow, Q-Ron France, Terrence, nope, that's Tarika, De Oliveira, Michelle Olsch, Melissa Surley, Cyril, Jeremy Mazes, Timo with no last name, Karen with no last name, Owen Butkovich, Elisa, it's probably Elisa, right? Barnes, probably. Lauren with no last name, Ren Milner, Trisha Liptrap, okay, Rachel Francis, Rachel Deck, Peter Pants, probably not, Harley Elliott, Stephanie Lasco, and every person that patrons this show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, so much. God damn it, thank you. You guys are the best. We appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you so much. If you'd like to follow us on social media or find out any other thing about us, Shut Up and Give Me Murder is the place to go. And it's all redone, the site. It's very user-friendly. Beautiful. It looks really great. So get in there, get some tickets, follow us, do all of that shit. Keep coming back. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.